Chapter 1004. As expected of Su Chen. Not only is his individual combat strength unparalleled, but he also has so many sage-level spiritual pets. That's awesome! Chi Mulei was also shocked and exclaimed from the bottom of his heart. It was his first time seeing Su Chen summon spiritual pets, and 4 of them at once, which was beyond his expectations. They've all reached stage 1 of the sage level. Chi Mufeng clicked his tongue, his face full of shock. He had seen Su Chen's spiritual pets before. At that time, they were only at stage 10 of the sage level. He didn't expect them to become sage-level spiritual pets now. With these spiritual pets around, the old man with animal skin was no longer a concern. Kill that demon beast, but spare this old guy's life. Su Chen pointed at Zephyr and gave the order. The purpose of sparing the old man with animal skin was very simple. He wanted to know what kind of place this was and why the cultivators had lost their abilities. Upon receiving the order, the gold-devouring beetles and other spiritual pets pounced on Zephyr fiercely and fought with him. Although they were only at stage 1 of the sage level, which was 1 level lower than Zephyr, their combat strength was far superior to those of the same level. With the 4 of them working together, they easily killed Zephyr. Moreover, the super-devouring ancient adamantium mosquito also took the opportunity to devour Zephyr's essence and blood, raising its cultivation to stage 2 of the sage level. That's awesome! Chi Mulei clenched his fists and couldn't be more excited. Chi Mufeng was deeply moved and said to himself, as long as Su Chen is here, no matter what kind of danger we encounter, we'll be able to avert it. You! The old man with animal skin saw his spiritual pet being killed in an instant and was so scared that he collapsed to the ground. His mouth kept trembling and he couldn't speak. Flaming, bring this guy here. Su Chen squinted his eyes and glanced at the old man with animal skin. He then ordered the flaming phoenix. The flaming phoenix didn't say anything and brought the old man with animal skin to Su Chen and pressed him under Su Chen's feet. Senior, I was wrong. Please give me a chance. The old man with animal skin was so scared that he trembled and begged for mercy. If you tell me the truth, I may consider it. Su Chen said calmly. Senior, I'll tell you the truth. The old man with animal skin nodded his head. Why would this place make cultivators lose their abilities? Su Chen asked. If he didn't have so many spiritual pets, he would have really fallen this time, so he was very concerned about this. I don't know. The old man with animal skin shook his head as if he was worried that Su Chen would be angry. He then explained, but there is a rumor that a God State expert created a formation here. Any cultivator below the God State will lose their cultivation when they enter it. Su Chen frowned and pondered. He had seen the power of a God State expert. That day, Wu Tsong used some kind of method to easily drag his divine soul into the endless darkness. Therefore, he agreed with the old man with animal skin. Can only spiritual pets exert their strength here? Su Chen continued to ask. Puppets can do it too. The old man with animal skin replied. Su Chen's eyes suddenly lit up. If puppets could also have strength, it would be very advantageous for him. After the golden puppet combined with 3 saint-level puppets, it reached the 4th stage of the saint level. It was very powerful. Moreover, with its combat strength, it could easily deal with an ordinary 5th stage saint level. In addition, the mechanical soldier had also reached the 1st stage of the saint level. It also had strong combat strength. As for the intelligent chariot, strictly speaking, it was also a puppet. Su Chen contacted the intelligent chariot without batting an eyelid. Satoshi, you haven't lost your function, have you? Can you travel out of here? Yes. The intelligent chariot replied affirmatively. Chapter 1005. After getting the answer from the intelligent war chariot, Su Chen was relieved. Once there was an existence above the 5th stage of the saint level, if he couldn't resist it, he could just leave. Without any worries, Su Chen turned to the old man with animal skin and asked, which stage of the saint level is the most powerful demon beast and puppet here? There is a 4th stage saint level Cymbidium cristatum and a 3rd stage saint level puppet, the old man with animal skin said truthfully. Chi Mufeng and Su Chen were shocked. A 4th stage saint level demon beast was definitely not something they could resist, because they had become ordinary people. Their biggest hope was Su Chen's spiritual pets. However, Su Chen's spiritual pets were only at the 1st stage of the saint level. Even if the 4 of them worked together, they wouldn't be a match for a 4th stage saint level demon beast. At this moment, they felt a little uneasy and wanted to leave this place as soon as possible. Of course, it was Su Chen's decision whether to leave or not. 4th stage Saint level. Su Chen whispered. If this was all they had, the golden puppet and the awakened divine beast could deal with it. Plus, with the help of other spiritual pets, wouldn't he be able to do whatever he wanted here? However, whether what the old man said was true or not still needed to be confirmed. Su Chen contacted the intelligent war chariot. Satoshi, how many demon beasts and puppets are there in total? What's the strongest level? Soon, the intelligent war chariot replied, Master, there are a total of 10 1st-stage saint-level demon beasts and 1 4th-stage saint-level demon beast. As for the other 2 puppets, one is 1st-stage saint-level and the other is 3rd-stage saint-level. Su Chen nodded slightly and then gave the flaming phoenix a look. Now that he had a general understanding of the situation, the old man with animal skin was useless. The flaming phoenix understood and slapped the old man with animal skin into the soil, crushing him into meat paste. Su Chen collected the pieces, then took out the intelligent war chariot and asked Qi Mufeng and Su Chen to get on. Su Chen, where are we going next? Qi Mufeng asked as soon as they got on the car. Su Chen pointed at the central control screen and said faintly, Let's go there and deal with that 4th-stage saint-level demon beast first. The central control screen showed that a large crowd gathered at the foot of a mountain. In addition, the demon beasts and puppets were also there. The reason why Su Chen wanted to go there, in addition to killing monsters. More importantly, according to the swift alarm bird, the mechanical heart and other ores came from this mountain. Kill 4th-stage saint-level demon beast? Qi Mufeng and Su Chen's expressions changed. They looked at Su Chen in a daze and were speechless for a while. If Su Chen had not lost his cultivation, there would be no problem with what he said. But now, with only 4 1st-stage saint-level puppets, wouldn't it be like sending sheep to a tiger's den? When Qi Mufeng was about to persuade him, Su Chen spoke first. Don't worry, I have full confidence. Really? Qi Mufeng was a little uncertain. Based on his understanding of Su Chen would not speak without thinking. Could it be that Su Chen still had a trump card? Thinking of Su Chen's endless tricks and miracles, Qi Mufeng did not say more. Satoshi, go to the foot of the mountain. Su Chen ordered. Yes. The intelligent war chariot sped up and went straight to the foot of the mountain as fast as lightning. About half an hour later, it appeared at the foot of the mountain. After those demonic beasts discovered the intelligent war chariot, they all gathered around and surrounded the intelligent war chariot. Chapter 1006. Get out of the chariot, or I'll kill you immediately. An old man with a hooked nose glanced at the intelligent war chariot and shouted loudly. Although the sudden appearance of the intelligent war chariot surprised him, he did not take it to heart. Creak! After the door opened, Su Chen stood by the door and did not get out. Now that he had lost his cultivation, once he got out of the chariot and was attacked, he might be killed instantly. At least he would be safe in the intelligent war chariot. Su Chen narrowed his eyes and glanced outside. When his gaze fell on a puppet beside the old man with a hooked nose, his eyes flashed. He saw clearly that this puppet was only about 20 centimeters in size, like a toy. However, he was sure that this puppet must be from the Machine Clan, because the 3 puppets he had obtained before were also like this. Boy, get out of the chariot quickly, or I'll make a move. Seeing that Su Chen was not moved, the old man with a hooked nose scolded coldly with a gloomy face. As soon as his voice fell, the surrounding demonic beasts roared one after another. It seemed that if Su Chen did not do as he was told, Su Chen would be torn apart. Old thing, do you think you can defeat me with a few trash demonic beasts? You're thinking too much. Su Chen curled his lips and sneered disdainfully. As soon as he said that, the onlookers nearby sighed. This boy is finished. He's going to be in big trouble. They all thought that Su Chen must not have discovered the strangeness of this place. When he realized that he had lost all his cultivation, it would be too late for regrets. Because Su Chen's words had angered the old man with a hooked nose. Given the old man's style of doing things, he would definitely make Su Chen beg for death. Ha ha! The old man with a hooked nose laughed wildly. Then his face became ferocious. He gritted his teeth and growled, Boy, I'll make you regret being in this world. As soon as he finished speaking, he ordered a saint-level demonic leopard. Catch him alive. Roar! The saint-level demonic leopard roared and pounced at Su Chen. Su Chen smiled contemptuously. With a flick of his wrist, a yellow light flashed. Outside the intelligent war chariot, a huge golden beetle suddenly appeared. It was the gold-devouring beetle. Saint-level insect beast. Cries of surprise rang out from all around. When the saint-level demonic leopard saw the gold-devouring beetles, it froze for a moment before pouncing ferociously at them. The gold-devouring beetle's eyes were filled with disdain. It stood there motionlessly, allowing the Saint Realm leopard to charge at it. Was it scared silly? Seeing the gold-devouring beetle standing there in a daze, the onlookers began to wonder if they had been intimidated by the Sage Realm leopard. However, what happened next almost made their jaws drop to the ground. The saint-level demonic leopard seemed to have crashed into a hard boulder, and even its teeth were broken. The hawk-nosed old man's eyelids twitched violently when he saw this. He roared, "Attack together and kill that insect beast." The strength of the gold-devouring beetles greatly exceeded his expectations. He also understood that the saint-level demonic leopard was no match for the gold-devouring beetles. Just as the other demonic beasts pounced on him, Su Chen flicked his wrist again. The flaming phoenix, the dark sky overlord turtle, and the super-ancient devouring King Kong mosquito shot out and soon fought with the demonic beasts that rushed over. How can this guy have so many saint-level spiritual pets? And each of them is very powerful. Roars of surprise rang out again. They could see clearly that Su Chen's spiritual pets were all extremely powerful. Each of them was far more powerful than their peers. In the blink of an eye, they had killed several demonic beasts. If it went on like this, the 10 saint-level spiritual pets of the hawk-nosed old man would all be killed in less than a minute. Chapter 1007. The aquiline-nosed old man's expression changed abruptly. Su Chen had summoned 4 powerful saint stage spiritual pets at once, catching him off guard. In the blink of an eye, 4 of his spiritual pets had died. "Boy, I'm going to grind your bones to dust." The aquiline-nosed old man roared angrily and shouted at a puppet beside him, "Go and kill them." This puppet had reached the 3rd stage of the saint stage. After receiving the order, it quickly rushed towards the nearest gold-devouring beetles. A 3rd stage saint stage puppet. Sensing a violent aura crushing over, Chi Mulei's expression became extremely unsightly. Chi Mufeng calmed down a lot at this time. He suddenly remembered that Su Chen had a 4th stage saint stage puppet. That day in the Chi family, the golden puppet had even beaten up Chi Qingchuan's dark thunder leopard. It had no problem dealing with a 3rd stage saint stage puppet, or even a 4th stage saint stage Cymbidium cristatum. Because he had been too nervous before, he had forgotten about this matter. Thinking of this now, he let out a long sigh. This boy is finished. The surrounding onlookers began to discuss. In their opinion, Su Chen was doomed this time. Because no matter how powerful Su Chen's spiritual pets were, they were only at the 1st stage saint stage. They were absolutely no match for a 3rd stage saint stage puppet. They would probably be killed in a single move. But at this time, Su Chen flicked his wrist again. With a flash of golden light, a palm-sized demonic beast with a layer of colorful flowing light all over its body rushed out. This demonic beast was a 5th stage saint stage awakened divine beast. The moment the awakened mythical beast appeared, the entire valley fell into silence. The surrounding onlookers were all stunned. That was because they could clearly sense the aura of a 5th level saint rank from the awakened mythological beast. This meant that the divine beast was definitely a 5th stage saint stage sacred beast. Su Chen has a 5th stage saint stage spiritual pet? Chi Mufeng and Chi Mufeng looked at each other and were so surprised that they couldn't close their mouths. At first, Chi Mufeng thought that Su Chen would summon the golden puppet. Who would have thought that he would summon a 5th stage saint stage spiritual pet? It was really unexpected. The aquiline-nosed old man's mouth twitched for a while. Then he gritted his teeth and shouted to the Cymbidium cristatum beside him, "Let's kill it together." The appearance of the awakened divine beast gave him a strong psychological pressure. But he also knew that if he wanted to live, he could only kill the divine beast's life. As for whether he could succeed or not, he had no choice but to fight. Soon, the awakened mythological beast started fighting with the scarlet-eyed heavenly Qilin and the 3rd-level saint rank puppet. Although the awakened mythological beast was at the 5th level of the saint rank, it wasn't good at fighting. Soon, It fell into an absolute disadvantage and was forced to retreat. This was beyond everyone's expectation. The aquiline-nosed old man reacted and laughed wildly. Haha, it turns out to be a spiritual pet that doesn't know how to fight. Boy, let's see what you can do this time. It's really over this time. The surrounding onlookers also lamented. They were all captured slaves. Originally, they were counting on Su Chen to win, and perhaps they would have a chance to escape from here. But now, it seemed that this hope was completely shattered. You want to kill me? You're not qualified. Su Chen sneered, quickly opened the storage bag and summoned the golden puppet. My God! It's a 4th stage Saint stage puppet. Feeling the huge pressure from the golden puppet, the surrounding onlookers exclaimed again and again. Chapter 1008. How is this possible? The moment the golden puppet appeared, the hook-nosed old man's body trembled violently. His feet felt light and he almost couldn't stand still. He really couldn't figure out why Su Chen still had a trump card. With the addition of the golden puppet, he could foresee that his spiritual pets and puppets were no match for it. What awaited him was only death. What should he do? The hook-nosed old man was extremely anxious. Finally, he gritted his teeth and said loudly to Su Chen, "Friend, as long as you stop, I'm willing to take out some precious ores as compensation." In order to survive, he could only compromise with Su Chen. Although he was extremely unwilling, there was no other way. Su Chen sneered at this and ordered the golden puppet, "Oh Tetsu, kill them." No problem. The golden puppet sneered and then rushed toward the Cymbidium cristatum. Bang bang. Crack. After a fierce collision. The 4th stage sacred rank Cymbidium cristatum couldn't resist the golden puppet for long before its neck was broken and it died on the spot. What a powerful puppet! Exclamations rang out again. Furthermore, this time, they were all very excited. Because with the death of the Cymbidium cristatum, the hook-nosed old man had lost his greatest reliance. There was absolutely no chance for him to turn the tables. Then, did it mean that they had a chance to leave this place? When the Cymbidium cristatum was killed, the hook-nosed old man's face was pale and his eyes were filled with despair. He knew that there was absolutely no way out this time. A few minutes later, the remaining demonic beasts and 3rd-level saint rank puppets were all killed. At this time, Su Chen slowly got out of the car and glanced at the sacred rank puppet beside the hook-nosed old man. He turned to the golden puppet and said, "Oh Tetsu, that puppet should be from your mechanical race, right?" "Yes." The golden puppet nodded heavily, its eyes filled with excitement. Su Chen wasn't in a hurry to make contact with the puppet. Instead, he turned to Flaming Phoenix and ordered, "Flaming Phoenix, kill that guy." The hook-nosed old man was so scared that his legs went soft. He fell to his knees and begged loudly, "Senior, please spare my life. I'll give you all the ores I have." "Don't bother, I can take it myself." Su Chen sneered and gave Flaming Phoenix a look. There was a loud bang. The Flaming Phoenix turned the hook-nosed old man into minced meat with one swipe of its claws. "Come here." At this moment, Su Chen shouted at the Saint Realm puppet. The Saint-grade puppet hesitated for a moment, but in the end, it obediently walked up to Su Chen. Su Chen felt that this Saint-grade puppet was different from other puppets of the machine race. The overall feeling was that it was stupid, as if its brain wasn't very bright. Su Chen, his memory should be damaged. "I have a way to help him recover, but it will take some time," the golden puppet explained. "I'll leave him to you. Don't make any mistakes." Su Chen reminded it and walked up to the hook-nosed old man's corpse. He picked up the storage bag scattered on the ground. He was sure that there were many precious ores stored in the storage bag. Since he couldn't use his mind power, he wasn't in a hurry to check. After a while, he collected the fragments and looked at the crowd around him. When his gaze fell on a white-haired old man, his expression changed. He could clearly see that the white-haired old man was wearing the uniform of the Sun Moon Star Palace. Chapter 1009. Uncle, are you from the Sun Moon Star Palace? Su Chen looked at the white-haired old man and asked. The white-haired old man was stunned for a moment before he hurriedly replied, "I'm Warfield. Greetings, young master." Forefather Warfield. Su Chen was pleasantly surprised. The Sun Moon Star Palace had a total of 2 saint-level forefathers. They were Forefather Warfield and Forefather Warfield. When he was in the mysterious heavenly mainland, he had heard from Shang Tsili that Forefather Warfield had entered a secret realm and disappeared without a trace. He did not expect to be trapped here. Senior, my name is Su Chen. I'm also from the Sun Moon Star Palace, Su Chen said with a smile. You're also from the Sun Moon Star Palace? Forefather Warfield's eyes widened in surprise. The Sun Moon Star Palace was very strict in accepting disciples. Hence, they did not have many disciples. He had heard of almost every one of them. However, Su Chen's name was very unfamiliar. Su Chen explained with a smile. Senior, I joined the Sun Moon Star Palace more than a year ago. Forefather Warfield was enlightened. He had been trapped here more than a year ago. It was reasonable that he had not heard of Su Chen's name. Senior, why did that hook-nosed old man capture you here? Su Chen looked around and asked. Mining. Forefather Warfield smiled bitterly and explained, there are many top-grade ores in this mountain range. One of them is the mechanical heart. So that's what happened. Su Chen muttered. He had long known that there were ores like the mechanical heart here. The hook-nosed old man had captured so many people to mine the ores in the mountain range. After figuring out what was going on, Su Chen continued to ask, Senior, are there any of these people who are close to you? There were more than 100 people here. Basically, they were all foreign tribesmen. If he killed them all, he would definitely get a lot of fragments. Of course, he was not a homicidal maniac. Those who were close to Forefather Warfield had to be excluded first. He would have to think about the rest later. Forefather Warfield nodded and said, Shang Yun and Shang Fei are from the Nine Demon clan. They have a good relationship with each other. The Shang clan is also ranked third among the top 10 hidden clans in the void. The Qi family was only ranked 7th among the top 10 families, and the Shang family was ranked above them. From this, it could be seen that the family's foundation was very deep. Maybe there was a 6th-level saint-level existence. Since they are seniors' friends, then let them come over first, Su Chen said indifferently. The Shang family did not have any grudges with him. Thus, he could take this opportunity to save the Shang family's father and son and earn a favor from them. When the Shang father and son found out that Su Chen wanted to save them, they were extremely excited. He approached Su Chen and expressed his gratitude. Su Chen replied politely and shifted his gaze to the others. At this moment, a man from the Night Demon clan walked over and said to Su Chen, Human, if you can save me, I will definitely reward you greatly. Even if you have to travel in the void, the Night Demon clan will protect you. He thought that Su Chen would definitely not reject such a promise, so he quietly waited for Su Chen's reply. Su Chen sneered in his heart. There was an unresolvable hatred between him and the people of the 5 super races. Therefore, he would not let any of the people of the 5 super races go. Anyone from the 5 super clans, stand over here. Su Chen pointed at where the man from the Night Demon clan was standing and said calmly. Instantly, a large group of people from different races rushed to the side of the Night Demon clan. There were about 70 to 80 of them. There were definitely not so many people from the 5 super clans present. Many of them were just trying to take advantage of the situation. Su Chen saw it clearly but did not point it out. Then, he squinted his eyes and glanced at these people. He ordered his spirit pets. Kill them all. Chapter 10:10. Why do you want to kill us? The other people standing with the Night Demon man were very angry and also very frightened. This was the first time they had seen Su Chen. They had never offended Su Chen before. Why did Su Chen want to kill them? Because everyone from the 5 super races deserves to die. Su Chen sneered and signaled his spirit pets to attack. Whoosh! All the spirit pets pounced on them ferociously. Ah! Don't kill me! I'm not from the 5 super races. Some of the people from the other races screamed desperately. At this moment, they were so regretful that their intestines were empty. Originally, they thought that they might have a chance to escape if they followed Su Chen. Who would have thought that Su Chen's goal was to kill the people from the 5 super races? It was too late to back out now. A group of sage-level spirit pets killed the cultivators who had lost their cultivation as if they were ants. After a few breaths, the 70 to 80 people from the Night Demon clan died on the spot. How cruel! Seeing this, Shang Yun's expression turned serious. He could not help but cry out in his heart. 70 to 80 sage-level cultivators were killed by Su Chen just like that. This shocked him greatly. At the same time, he was secretly glad that he was on good terms with Ancestor Warfield. Otherwise, it would be hard to say what would happen to him. The remaining 20 people from the Night Demon clan all looked at Su Chen in horror. They could not help but tremble. They were very worried. Would Su Chen kill them as well? After collecting the fragments, Su Chen's gaze fell on the remaining 20 people of the Night Demon clan. He said calmly, "Are any of you from the Han clan or the Gu clan?" The hatred between the Han clan and the Gu clan was very deep. It was almost to the point where it could not be resolved. If there were people from these two clans, naturally, he would take the opportunity to kill them. With the example of the 5 super races, even if there were people from the Night Demon clan, they would not admit it. However, Su Chen acutely sensed that 2 of the men were unusually flustered. "Little Flame, kill them." Su Chen pointed at the 2 and ordered Flaming Phoenix. The Flaming Phoenix pounced forward and killed the 2 with a swipe of its claws. The remaining people were so scared that they were about to pee their pants. They all knelt on the ground and begged Su Chen loudly, "Senior, we are not from the 5 superclans, nor are we from the Han clan or the Gu clan. Please let us go." Su Chen ignored them for now. He turned to Forefather Warfield and said, "Senior, Forefather Warfield and sect leader Shang are both here. You should talk to them." While Forefather Warfield was in a daze, Su Chen opened the chaos space and sucked him in. Since Shang Yun and his son were not him, Su Chen did not intend to let them enter. Behind them, Su Chen said to the rest of the strange races, "I'll give you all a chance to live. All of you go and mine." He definitely wouldn't miss out on ores like the machinery heart. It would be a waste not to use this free labor. "Senior, we will definitely mine well." The strange races agreed in unison. They were originally captured to mine, so they did not resist Su Chen's orders. In order to speed up their mining, Su Chen exchanged a large number of super electric drills for them to use. After digging day and night, almost all the ores in the mountain range were extracted in half a month. Su Chen was satisfied with his harvest of top-grade ores. Just as he was about to leave, Swiftbird suddenly warned, "Master, I sensed an unusually powerful puppet in the mountain range." "What level is it?" Su Chen asked in a low voice. "It seems to be a deity realm puppet," Swiftbird replied uncertainly. Chapter 10-11. Immortal State? Su Chen smacked his lips hard, his face full of emotions. The godly puppet was a powerful being on the same level as Wu Tsang, so he had to take it seriously. In addition, Su Chen was also a little worried. If that godly realm puppet had a consciousness, would it be displeased that he was mining ores in its territory? Even if he was at his peak, he would not be a match for the godly puppet, let alone now that he had no cultivation at all. "Shao Sun, does the puppet have a consciousness?" Su Chen probed. If it had a consciousness, he would have to leave immediately and run as far as he could. "Master, it seems to have been seriously injured and is in a deep sleep," the Swiftbird replied. "Injured and in a deep sleep?" Su Chen's thoughts slowly turned. Then, he called the golden puppet to his side and asked, "Otetsu, do you have any immortal state warriors in the mechanical tribe?" He had found a mechanical tribe puppet here. He was a little suspicious that the godly puppet might be the successor of the mechanical tribe. "Yes." The golden puppet replied affirmatively. Su Chen nodded slightly, then turned to the Swiftbird and said, "Shao Sun, lock onto the exact location of the puppet." Later, under the guidance of the Swiftbird, all the mutated tribe members dug toward the godly puppet's location. After 3 days and 3 nights of continuous digging, they dug out a huge stone cave in the belly of the mountain. In the middle of the stone cave lay a silver-white puppet. Regardless of appearance or size, it was exactly the same as a mechanical soldier. "Su Chen. He is from the mechanical tribe. I can feel his aura," the golden puppet shouted excitedly. Su Chen's heart skipped a beat. He asked in a low voice, "Otetsu, why is it in a deep sleep? Is it because it was seriously injured?" "No." The golden puppet shook its head and continued to explain, "Although it is slightly injured, it is not serious. The reason why it fell into a deep slumber is because the origin stones were used up and it lost its energy supply." "Origin stone?" Su Chen pondered and probed. "So you're saying that as long as we find an origin stone and install it on him, he'll be able to wake up?" "Yes." The golden puppet replied affirmatively. Do you know where I can find origin stones? Su Chen asked. Since the silver puppet belonged to the machine race, he had to help it wake up. Once it woke up and recovered the strength of the divine realm, it would be a piece of cake for it to kill heaven's scattering Taoist. There are very few origin stones in this world. I don't know where to find them. The golden puppet sighed. Su Chen could understand. If origin stones were really so easy to find, there would have been a large number of deity realm experts in the machinery race, and they would not have been exterminated. After a while, Su Chen put the silver puppet into his storage bag. Just as he was about to leave, the entire mountain shook violently. Not good. Su Chen's expression changed. Such a situation was a sign that the mountain was about to collapse. If they did not leave in time, they would definitely be buried there. If it were any other time, he would not be worried at all. However, now that he had lost his cultivation, he might die if he was buried. The golden puppet also knew the seriousness of the matter. It grabbed Su Chen and quickly flew out of the mountain. Just as they ran out, the mountain behind them collapsed with a loud bang, causing smoke and dust to rise into the sky. Could it have something to do with taking away the silver puppet? Su Chen muttered as he looked at the collapsed mountain. Everything had been fine before, but there was an unforeseen event the moment he took the silver puppet. Hence, he became suspicious. Haha, I've recovered my strength. However, at this moment, a member of the mutated race shouted excitedly. Chapter 10-12. Su Chen's heart skipped a beat as he quickly tested it out. Soon, he realized that all three of his professions had regained their strength. Seems like the array here has been destroyed. Su Chen narrowed his eyes and muttered to himself. Previously, he had heard from the animal skin elder that the cultivators here had lost their cultivation because of the array. Now that it had recovered, it was most likely due to the array being damaged. And it was very likely to be related to the silver puppet. Su Chen, we have all regained our strength. At this moment, Qi Mufeng and the rest laughed as they came to Su Chen's side. Following them were the Shang family's father and son. Since we have recovered, let's leave this place. Su Chen replied. Not only did he obtain a large amount of top-grade ores, he even found a sage puppet and a godly puppet. His harvest was exceptionally bountiful. Since he had achieved his goal, there was no need for him to continue staying here. Unexpectedly, just as he was about to board the carriage, he saw the strange races surrounding him. Every single one of them had an unfriendly look in their eyes. What's the matter? Su Chen glanced at them and asked calmly. Brat, weren't you happy when you treated us like slaves? An old man with a face full of wrinkles stared at Su Chen and said sarcastically. Judging from the aura he was emitting, he was a fourth-stage saint rank cultivator. Su Chen laughed and said, Previously, when I asked you to dig for ores, you all volunteered. Now you want to ask me for money? He knew clearly that after these strange races had regained their strength, they would definitely want to rob him. After all, he had a large amount of ores on him. Furthermore, these ores were extremely precious. Who wouldn't be jealous of them? Ask for money? The wrinkled old man's face darkened as he laughed coldly. Brat, we are all sage-stage cultivators. Yet, you treated us like slaves. This is an insult to us. Only death can atone for your sins. However, as long as you hand over all the ores you have on you, we won't bother with you and will let you live. What if I don't hand it over? Su Chen said indifferently. I'll kill you on the spot. The old man with the wrinkled face grinned maliciously, looking as if he had Su Chen in his grasp. Because they had been trapped here for many years, this group of people had never heard of Su Chen's name and did not know how powerful Su Chen was. From their point of view, Su Chen's greatest reliance was that fourth-level saint-rank puppet. Moreover, there were several fourth-level saint-ranked powerhouses among them. If they joined forces, killing Su Chen and the others wouldn't be a problem. Long Yu, Su Chen helped you before. Are you going to bite the hand that feeds you? Shang Yun roared angrily. If it wasn't for Su Chen's appearance, they would still be mining slaves. They were indebted to Su Chen. Long Yu and the others, not only did they not know how to be grateful, they even forced Su Chen. This made him very angry. Shang Yun, for the sake of your Shang clan's ancestor, leave immediately. Otherwise, I'll kill you too. Long Yu threatened. Their Long clan was also one of the top 10 clans. Although their ranking wasn't as high as the Shang clan, there was still a huge difference. Thus, they were not afraid of Shang Yun at all. The others were also glaring at Shang Yun like a tiger eyeing its prey. Each of them had a ferocious look. If you want to deal with Su Chen, you'll have to get through me first. Shang Yun gritted his teeth and stood firmly beside Su Chen. He had no intention of backing down. Since you don't know what's good for you, then die with him. Long Yu's face gradually turned cold. Chapter 10:13. Seeing that Long Yu didn't want to give up, Shang Yun's face became serious. He whispered to Su Chen, "Su Chen, I have a theurgy that can stop them. Once I use it, let's quickly escape from here." Long Yu's side was too strong. If they fought to the death, only death would await them. The only thing they could do now was to escape. No need. Su Chen flatly refused. He smiled faintly. "They're just a bunch of ants. Just kill them all." Hearing this, Shang Yun's expression froze. He stared at Su Chen in a daze. His mind was in a mess. Long Yu's side had quite a few 4th-level Saint rank powerhouses. Su Chen actually called them ants? He even threatened to kill them all? Could it be that he had gone mad? Shang Fei swallowed his saliva. He touched Qi Mufeng's arm and whispered, "Brother Qi, hurry up and persuade Su Chen." He also thought that Su Chen was boasting shamelessly. With just a 4th-level Saint rank puppet and a few spirit pets, how could they be a match for Long Yu's group? Even if they added them, it wouldn't be enough. Shang Yun's cultivation was the highest, but he was only a 3rd-level Saint rank. As for Su Chen himself, he was completely ignored. There was no other reason. Su Chen was too young. He was still a weak human. No matter how strong his talent was, he would only be a 1st-level Saint rank powerhouse. Qi Mufeng revealed a meaningful smile. "Brother Shang, don't worry. These people added together won't be enough for Su Chen to kill." Shang Fei was dumbfounded. Long Yu's group's battle strength was far beyond their peers. Even a 5th-level Saint rank powerhouse would have to think twice before facing them. Was Su Chen a 5th-level Saint rank existence? Obviously that was impossible. Then why was Qi Mufeng so confident in Su Chen? While Shang Fei was still in a daze, Long Yu spoke again. "Brat, I'll give you one more chance. Hand over all the ores and I'll leave your corpse intact. Otherwise, I'll grind your bones to dust." "I'm afraid you're not qualified." Su Chen curled his lips and slowly walked towards Long Yu. Seeing Su Chen's indifferent expression, Long Yu revealed his ferocious side and grinned. "Since you want to die, I'll fulfill your wish." As soon as he finished speaking, he stretched out a claw and clawed at Su Chen's face. "It's over." Shang Yun sighed deeply. Long Yu was a famous expert. If Su Chen chose to fight him head-on, she was afraid that he would be killed in one move. "You're too naive." Su Chen smiled contemptuously and released his mental strength in an instant. When Long Yu's sharp claws were about to touch Su Chen, he suddenly felt an invisible force sweeping over, and all his movements were slowed down. Mental strength. Long Yu turned pale with fright. When he was about to break free, his divine soul suddenly trembled, and then he fell into a daze. Su Chen used Drunken Dream, and then grabbed Long Yu's neck. With a little force, there was a cracking sound. Long Yu's head tilted and he instantly lost his breath. Witnessing this scene, everyone was dumbfounded. They even thought that they were seeing things. Long Yu was dead? He didn't even have a chance to resist? A dignified 4th-stage Saint rank powerhouse was killed by Su Chen as if he was pinching a chicken? Wasn't this too exaggerated? Even though they saw it with their own eyes, they still felt that it was inconceivable. Su Chen is actually this strong? After a long time, Shang Yun came back to his senses, but his face was full of shock. At first, when Su Chen said that he would kill Long Yu, he thought that Su Chen had gone crazy. He didn't expect that Su Chen really did it, and it was unusually easy. This meant that Su Chen wasn't bragging at all, because he was qualified to say such words. Chapter 10:14. Brother Qi, what stage is Su Chen at? Shang Fei swallowed his saliva and asked in a low voice. Stage 3 Saint. Qi Mufeng said directly. Although Su Chen was only at stage 3 saint, he had a transformation technique that could instantly raise his cultivation to stage 4 saint. Furthermore, his actual combat strength could easily crush a stage 5 saint. Of course, there was no need to tell Shang Fei all of this. A stage 3 saint can kill a stage 4 saint so easily? Shang Fei was deeply shocked. He had heard of experts who could kill enemies above their level, but he had never heard of anyone who could kill enemies above their level like Su Chen. At the same time, the rest of the strange races were terrified. They had never expected Su Chen to be able to kill Long Yu. At this moment, their hearts were filled with regret. If they had known that Su Chen was so strong, they would not have provoked him. However, it had already happened. They could only think of other ways to make up for it and beg for Su Chen's forgiveness. As for joining forces to kill Su Chen, they did not even dare to think about it. Because Long Yu was the strongest among them, and not just by a little bit. Such a person could not even cause a ripple in Su Chen's hands. They were nothing. If they really dared to fight Su Chen, they would probably be wiped out in one move. Senior, we were wrong. We were all instigated by Long Yu. Please give us a chance. A stage 4 saint knelt at Su Chen's feet and begged for mercy. The rest of the strange races also knelt down. Some of the more cowardly ones even kowtowed. Su Chen glanced at them and said coldly, "I gave you a chance." As soon as he finished speaking, a pitch-black saber appeared in his hand. He swept the saber at the strange races. All of a sudden, a blue torrent emitting terrifying lightning fluctuations shot out from within. Those foreign races didn't even have time to react before they were engulfed by the blue torrent. In the blink of an eye, they turned into charred bodies and died on the spot. What a powerful lightning spell! Shang Yun was shocked once again. He had killed more than a dozen saints with a single slash, and there were even a few level 4 saints among them. This was the first time he had seen such a terrifying attack. His heart was unable to calm down for a long time. Such a monster has actually appeared in the human race. Your rise is just around the corner. Shang Fei sighed deeply. Qi Mufeng and Qi Milei were relatively calm. After all, they had seen how powerful Su Chen was. Now that he had a certain level of tolerance in his heart, he was no longer surprised. Su Chen collected the fragments and called everyone to get in the car. Satoshi, return the way you came. The moment they got back to the car, Su Chen ordered. They had been delayed here for nearly 20 days. They had to return to the Void Fortress as soon as possible to avoid missing the start of the Grand Tournament of Stars. On the way, Shang Yun and his son kept chatting with Su Chen. They were trying their best to rope him in. Not only had Su Chen saved them, but his talent and strength were also visible to the naked eye. How could they miss the opportunity to befriend such a person? A day later, the intelligent war chariot suddenly reminded while flying, "Master, there are saints fighting in front. Should we take a detour?" The void was originally more dangerous than the continent. It was normal for saints to fight. Satoshi, are the myriad races cultivators or the void beast fighting? Su Chen asked casually. Master, there are 2 myriad races cultivators who are being chased by a void beast. You know one of them. It's Venerable Wuyo of the undead race. The intelligent war chariot replied. Chapter 10:15. It's Venerable Carefree? Su Chen was a little surprised and stunned for a moment. He then ordered the intelligent war chariot, Satoshi, go over quickly. If it was someone else, he would not have cared at all. However, Venerable Carefree was different. Previously, he had cheated Venerable Carefree of a large number of energy stones on the undead continent. Even under such circumstances, Venerable Carefree still reminded him that heaven-scattering Taoist wanted to kill him. Su Chen had a good impression of Venerable Carefree and would not watch him be chased by the void beast. The intelligent war chariot received the order and sped off. Due to the distance, they could not arrive in a short period of time. Su Chen ordered, Satoshi, transmit their images. The image on the central control screen changed, and soon, the figures of 2 myriad tribes cultivators and a void beast appeared. Su Chen saw clearly that one of them was Venerable Carefree. The other person was an old man with silver hair and dressed in a long green robe. He gave off a sage-like vibe. However, the 2 of them were in a very bad situation and were fleeing in a sorry state. This void beast is very strong. Su Chen muttered. Venerable Carefree was a Stage 3 Sage-level expert, but he was being chased everywhere. It was obvious that the void beast must be extraordinarily strong. Su Chen, the old man in green, is Masayoshi Chen from Lingyuan Immortal Island. The void beast chasing after them is Huang Kai from Baiming City. Shang Yun said in a trembling voice. Then he reminded, we'd better not get involved in this mess. Why? Su Chen was puzzled. Huang Kai is a Stage 5 Sage-level void beast. He's an unusually strong existence even among Stage 5 sages. He's extremely murderous and cruel. Once targeted by him, few can survive, Shang Yun explained. How strong is he? Stronger than the Qi clan's ancestor? Su Chen asked indifferently. So far, he had only fought with Qi Qingchuan, who was in the 5th stage of the saint rank. He wanted to see how strong Huang Kai was. He should be slightly stronger than the Qi clan's patriarch. Shang Yun replied. He didn't want to belittle Qi Mufeng in front of Qi Qingchuan, but the truth was that Qi Qingchuan was no match for Huang Kai. In addition, he was very worried that Su Chen would not listen to his advice and insist on joining in, so he could only say it implicitly. Oh. Su Chen nodded. If Huang Kai was more powerful than Qi Qingchuan, it meant that he had some strength. However, it was still not enough in front of him. Then he asked again, what level is that Masayoshi Chen at? He's also in the 5th stage of the saint rank. Shang Yun immediately replied. Hearing this, Su Chen couldn't help but shake his head. They were both in the 5th stage of the saint rank, but Masayoshi Chen was probably the weakest. Under Huang Kai's attack, Masayoshi Chen had almost no ability to fight back and was beaten to a pulp. It was really embarrassing. Although Venerable Worryless was a powerhouse in the same level, he didn't even have the chance to intervene when facing a powerhouse 2 levels higher. It could be said that it was a miracle that he could survive until now. Su Chen, are you really going to go? Seeing that the intelligent war chariot was getting closer and closer, Shang Yun was very worried. Su Chen smiled and said, Venerable Worryless is my friend. I have to save him. But Huang Kai won't let us go. Shang Yun reminded with a serious expression. There was nothing wrong with saving people, but one had to act according to one's ability. Would a powerhouse like Huang Kai allow others to intervene casually? Once there was a conflict, they would all die. Chapter 10:16. It's fine. I can take the opportunity to kill this void beast and make a contribution to the myriad races, Su Chen said calmly. Hearing this, Shang Yun's mouth was agape, and his entire expression was dazed. He admitted that Su Chen was very strong, and killing enemies above his level was as easy as taking something out of his pocket. However, Su Chen was only a level 3 saint rank. He was 2 levels lower than Huang Kai. No matter how strong he was, he couldn't kill enemies 2 levels higher, right? Furthermore, Huang Kai was a level 5 saint rank expert. He wasn't someone that Masayoshi Chen could compare to. When Shang Yun wanted to persuade him, he was interrupted by Qi Mufeng. Senior, a mere level 5 saint rank void beast is nothing in Su Chen's eyes. This? Shang Yun swallowed his saliva and looked at Qi Mufeng in a daze. He had interacted with Qi Mufeng in the past. In his impression, Qi Mufeng had a sense of propriety. However, why did he raise Su Chen so high this time? Could it be that Su Chen was hiding his strength? While Shang Yun was letting his imagination run wild, the intelligent war chariot had already caught up to Venerable Wuyo and the others. The sudden appearance of a spaceship made the 3 people who were fleeing feel very strange. At this moment, they also stopped moving and looked at the intelligent war chariot. Why does it feel a little familiar? Revered Carefree glanced at him and mumbled to himself. Previously, when he was on the undead continent, he had seen the intelligent war chariot once. However, the intelligent war chariot wasn't in this form at that time. Therefore, he couldn't be sure. Wait for me in the car. Su Chen instructed Qi Mufeng and the others before opening the door and getting out alone. Su Chen. The moment he saw Su Chen, Revered Carefree was pleasantly surprised, as if he had seen his savior. Wuyo, is this human your friend? Masayoshi Chen asked. We can't be considered friends, but we do have some relations, Sovereign Worryless explained. At that time, in order to befriend Su Chen, He took a great risk and told him that Heaven-Scattering Taoist was going to murder Su Chen. But whether or not Su Chen would appreciate it, he did not know. Masayoshi Chen always felt that Su Chen's name sounded familiar, but he couldn't remember it for a while, so he asked, "What level is he at?" If Su Chen's level was about the same, he could rope him in and fight against Huang Kai together. Suddenly, Sovereign Worryless recalled that Su Chen seemed to be a level 10 cultivator, and the smile on his face froze. He smiled bitterly and said, "A few months ago when we were on the mainland, he was only at level 10. As he had just entered the void not long ago, he was not clear about how Su Chen had consecutively killed several sages in the void. Therefore, his impression of Su Chen stopped at a few months ago. Only at level 10. Masayoshi Chen almost choked to death. A level 10 cultivator was not even an ant in front of a sage level. What was Su Chen trying to do here? To die? Huang Kai glanced at Su Chen and sneered, "Human, are you here to die?" "I'm here to catch up with a friend." Su Chen pointed at Sovereign Worryless and replied indifferently. Then he curled his lips and said, "I'll kill you while I'm at it." At these words, not only Huang Kai, but also Sovereign Worryless was stunned. Even Sovereign Worryless and Masayoshi Chen were dumbfounded. Su Chen actually said that he wanted to kill the level 5 sage level Huang Kai? Who gave him the courage to say these words? Was he crazy? Haha. Huang Kai laughed without restraint, then stared at Su Chen and said coldly, "Brat, you still don't know what kind of existence I am, do you?" In his opinion, Su Chen definitely didn't know his identity, or else he wouldn't have dared to come here. Chapter 10:17. Kill me? Huang Kai froze for a moment, then laughed wildly and said, "Boy, do you know what kind of existence I am? How dare you speak such arrogant words? Aren't you Huang Kai from Baiming City, a 5th stage Saint rank void beast?" Su Chen said casually. He looked as if he didn't put Huang Kai in his eyes at all. "How dare you come here when you know?" Huang Kai was shocked. He could not understand why a weak human dared to come and pick a fight with him after learning of his identity. Venerable Wuyo and Masayoshi Chen were also confused. They looked at Su Chen in a daze, not knowing what to say for a moment. "Hurry up and do it. I'm in a hurry." Su Chen curled his lips and provoked Huang Kai. "Since you want to die, I'll fulfill your wish." Huang Kai flew into a rage. Carrying a ferocious aura, he charged straight towards Su Chen. Venerable Wuyo and Masayoshi Chen were very nervous. Shang Yun and his son in the intelligent war chariot also gritted their teeth. Facing a powerful 5th stage Saint rank void beast, did Su Chen have a chance to survive? Just as Huang Kai rushed in front of him, Su Chen's bones crackled. All of a sudden, his body rose up to 100 feet away. At the same time, the violent aura of a 4th stage Saint rank spread out. Su Chen was a 4th stage Saint rank. Venerable Wuyo couldn't be more surprised. As far as he knew, Su Chen was only a level 10 cultivator. In just a few months, he had advanced to the 4th stage Saint rank. This terrifying speed of advancement had a great impact on him, and he fell into a trance for a moment. Transformation technique. Su Chen really has a trump card. Shang Yun was excited. Su Chen had advanced to the 4th stage Saint rank. He was only one level away from Huang Kai. With Su Chen's powerful strength, he could easily kill enemies above his level. Dealing with Huang Kai was no problem. Shang Yun's originally restless heart had completely calmed down at this moment. "Good boy, you're actually a 4th stage Saint rank. No wonder you dare to be so arrogant." Huang Kai also stopped at this moment and looked at Su Chen. Su Chen's strength had increased to the 4th stage Saint rank. Although it was beyond his expectations, he didn't care too much. After all, Su Chen was still a level lower than him, and the Void Beast's combat power was far superior to that of the myriad race's cultivators. "Brat, I want you to understand one thing. Even if you've reached level 4 Saint rank, you're still an ant in my eyes." Huang Kai sneered, his face full of arrogance. "Then let's see who's the ant." Su Chen sneered. With a move of his feet, he appeared in front of Huang Kai at an incredible speed and slapped down. So fast. Venerable Wuyo and the others were surprised. After transforming, Su Chen's speed was even faster than a 5th stage Saint rank. This made them feel incomparably shocked. Huang Kai's eyelids also twitched. However, he didn't retreat and punched out. Bang! When the fist and the palm collided, a violent tremor exploded in the void. Huang Kai was sent flying like a meteor, plummeting to the ground. What a terrifying strength! Shang Yun was stunned. The void beast strength was higher than cultivators of the 10,000 races. A 5th stage saint rank void beast strength was even more unparalleled. However, in front of Su Chen, it was like an ant that was easily crushed. From this, it could be seen how terrifying Su Chen's strength was. Huang Kai was sent flying several miles away. When he stabilized his body, he felt an invisible force pressing down on him from all directions. Then he was bound. Someone's sneak attack. When Huang Kai came to his senses, he quickly turned around to look. Soon, another Su Chen appeared in his line of sight. There was a faint, strange smile on the corner of his mouth. Chapter 10:18. There are 2 Su Chens? Huang Kai's mouth was slightly open, and his mind was in a mess. Just as he was in a daze, he saw Su Chen in front of him throw a punch at him from afar. Then, he felt dizzy and slowly fell into a daze. It's an illusion. Huang Kai was indeed a stage 5 saint-level expert. His willpower was quite strong, and he quickly broke free from the illusion. However, the moment he woke up, a black hole suddenly fell from the top of his head. The space-tearing power emitted from it made his heart palpitate. The power of space. Huang Kai's expression changed, and he struggled with all his might. When he finally broke free from the mental force on his body, the black vortex had already landed on his body. Then there was a bone-chilling tearing sound, and Huang Kai's scream. After the black vortex raged for a few seconds, Huang Kai became a bloody mess. Half of his head was gone, and the aura on his body was extremely weak. It was obvious that he would not survive. Su Chen's second primordial spirit glanced at him, and then punched. With a loud bang, Huang Kai turned into a pile of powder. After the second primordial spirit collected the fragments, it returned to Su Chen's side and merged into Su Chen's body. Huang Kai is dead? Chen Zhangyi swallowed his saliva with difficulty and muttered involuntarily. Huang Kai, who had dominated the void for countless years, was not a match for Su Chen and was easily crushed? Even though he had seen it with his own eyes, he still felt that it was inconceivable. Too strong. Venerable Wu You was extremely excited. He had long expected that Su Chen would become the strongest in the void, but he definitely did not expect Su Chen to grow so quickly. In just a few months, he had reached such heights. Apart from Su Chen, there was no other person in the world with this kind of cultivation talent. External incarnation. Transformation technique. Su Chen really has endless tricks up his sleeve. The shock on Shang Yun's face did not dissipate for a long time. He had seen many geniuses, but he had never heard of someone like Su Chen. It was no exaggeration to say that Su Chen was definitely the person with the most monstrous talent in cultivation. In his heart, even Sector Lord Wu Tsong could not compare to him. Fortunately, Su Chen is a friend. If he was an enemy, thinking of what happened to those non-humankind beings who offended Su Chen, Shang Yun couldn't help but click his tongue, secretly rejoicing. At the same time, he swore to himself that he would try his best to be on good terms with Su Chen and treat Su Chen as the most distinguished guest of the Shang family. Su Chen heaved a sigh of relief, his gaze landing on revered Wu Yu as he smiled faintly. Old Wu, are you all right? Su Chen, luckily you were here this time. Otherwise, this old life of mine would have been gone. Revered Wu Yu came to Su Chen's side and said with lingering fear. Masayoshi Chen also walked over at this moment and said respectfully to Su Chen, "This old man is Masayoshi Chen from Lingyuan Immortal Island. Thank you for saving my life, young Master Su." Although his cultivation was above Su Chen's, his battle strength was far from Su Chen's. Therefore, he was very reserved, just like a junior meeting an elder. "Senior, you're too polite." Su Chen waved his hand and said casually. Then he looked at revered Wu Yu and asked, "Old Wu, why were you chased by Huang Kai? What happened?" Huang Kai relied on his strength and often roamed the void to hunt down cultivators of the 10,000 races. When Brother Chen and I went to Peach Blossom Mountain Villa, we were targeted by this guy. That's why we were chased, revered Wu Yu explained. Chapter 10:19. Oh. Su Chen nodded and then said, "Then you guys go ahead. I still have something to do, so I'll take my leave." After saying goodbye to the two, Su Chen returned to the intelligent war chariot. Thereafter, under the watchful gazes of Reverend Wuyo and Reverend Wuyo, he left swiftly. The intelligent war chariot flew for 2 days. When they were about to reach the Void Fortress, Shang Yun said to Su Chen, "Su Chen, leave us here. We have to return to our family." "Senior, your Shang family isn't here, right?" Su Chen asked strangely. When they were chatting before, he learned that the Shang family was actually not far from the Void Fortress. If they were to get off here, it would be better to wait until they reached the Void Fortress. There is a Maguang city nearby. There is a teleportation formation that leads to our Shang family. We plan to go back through the teleportation formation. Shang Yun explained. "Senior, I'm afraid you have to give up on this idea." Su Chen shook his head. Maguang City has been destroyed by him, and the teleportation formation inside has probably been destroyed. "Why?" Shang Yun asked puzzledly. "Because Maguang City has been destroyed," Su Chen said straightforwardly. "Ha!" Shang Yun was taken aback for a moment, and then asked, "Who can destroy Maguang City? Could it be the Void Beast Army?" Maguang City is the nest of the fire demon race. As one of the top 10 hidden families, the Hua family has many powerhouses. The patriarch, Hua Huan, is a 4th stage saint rank mage and evolver. His strength is comparable to a 5th stage saint rank. Who has the ability to destroy Maguang City? It's not the Void Beast, Qi Mufeng said. Who is it? Shang Yun was a little confused. Qi Mufeng smiled and then looked at Su Chen. It's Su Chen. Shang Yun's mouth slightly opened, and his face was full of shock. Su Chen actually destroyed Maguang City, which was something he didn't expect. But when he thought of Su Chen's powerful strength and many spiritual pets, he was relieved. Su Chen could even easily kill the 5th level Saint rank Huang Kai, so destroying Maguang City wouldn't be too difficult. However, if that was the case, it would be impossible for them to return to the Shang family through the teleportation array. "Then I want to go back to the Void Fortress with you," Shang Yun said helplessly. A few hours later, the intelligent war chariot entered the Void Fortress. At this time, Shang Yun and his son also bid farewell to Su Chen and the others, and agreed to meet again at the start of the Starry Sky tournament. After returning to the Qi family, Su Chen sent Qi Muxue and Qi Muyu out of the chaos space, and then announced that he would go into seclusion. There were less than 5 days left before the Starry Sky tournament, and he had too many things to deal with, so he had no time to interact with others. After that, he began to make the best use of the time to sort out the fragments. After sorting out the fragments, he distributed the newly obtained ores. Most of the mechanical heart was given to the intelligent war chariot, which was enough to upgrade it to level 14. In addition, the Kongming stone was all placed into the pet raising space, and the time accelerator was also moved in. The Kongming stone could help a spiritual pet to level up, which originally took a long time. But with the acceleration function of the time accelerator, it would be infinitely shortened. But no matter how short it was, it still needed time to buffer. Therefore, Su Chen decided not to summon them in the short term, and let them level up quietly. Then he bought some physique potion, and gave it to Wu Yazi and the others to help them level up. Of course, he also reserved enough energy points to ensure that they could level up to level 4 saint rank. Chapter 10:20. 3 days later, Qi Mufeng and the rest came to visit. The Starry Sky Grand Contest would begin in 2 days, so they had to discuss it with Su Chen. Besides, they had to rush to the venue of the Starry Sky Grand Contest as soon as possible. The journey would take a day. "Su Chen, how's the preparation?" Qi Mufeng asked. "It's almost done. We can leave at any time." Su Chen replied and glanced at Qi Mufeng and the rest. When his gaze landed on Qi Mushi, he frowned slightly and said softly, "This trash is going too?" Along with Qi Mufeng were Qi Qingchuan, Qi Muliai, Qi Muxue, Qi Muyu, and Qi Mushi. Apart from Qi Qingchuan, the rest were obviously going to participate in the Starry Sky Grand Contest. When they first came to the Qi family, Qi Mushi took the initiative to pick a fight and was taught a lesson twice. He hated Chi Mushi, so he did not want to bring him along. Su-chen, what happened last time was my fault. Please give me another chance, Chi Mushi said shamelessly. Although he was going to participate in the Starry Sky Grand Contest under the Chi family's name. However, they all knew that they were counting on Su-chen. Therefore, one word from Su-chen could decide whether he would have the chance to participate or not. Su-chen snorted and said, "Trash like you will embarrass the Chi family if you go." Chi Mushi's face was red, and he stood still while cowering. Although he was humiliated by Su-chen in public, he did not dare to show any dissatisfaction. There was no other reason except that Su-chen was too strong. Even the Chi family's patriarch was no match for him. If he dared to show any dissatisfaction, he would definitely be beaten up by Su-chen. Su-chen, give him a chance. Chi Qingchuan and the rest pleaded for mercy. Participating in the Starry Sky contest was of great significance. Chi Mushi was a core disciple of the Chi family after all, and he was very talented. They did not want Chi Mushi to miss this opportunity. Su-chen sized up Chi Mushi again. Without saying anything, he took out the intelligent war chariot and slowly walked up. For the sake of Chi Mufeng's people, he did not pursue the matter further. Seeing this, everyone from the Chi family sighed in relief. Although Su-chen did not say anything, he seemed to have forgiven Chi Mushi. Then they followed Su-chen and boarded the intelligent war chariot, one by one. Chi Mushi was the last to get into the car. When he got into the car, he kept thanking Su-chen. Su-chen ignored him and said to Chi Mufeng, "Brother Chi, you lead the way." The location of the Starry Sky tournament was on Chichuan Island. He had never been there before. The distance was beyond the detection range of the intelligent war chariot, so they could only rely on others to guide them. No problem. Chi Mufeng nodded in response. Then, under Chi Mufeng's guidance, the intelligent war chariot drove straight in one direction. On the way, Chi Qingchuan came to Su-chen's side and whispered, "Su-chen, in this Starry Sky tournament, the people from the other forces might join forces to deal with you. You have to be careful." As the saying went, a good tiger could not withstand a pack of wolves. Although Su-chen's strength was extremely powerful, if he was besieged, it was inevitable that he would fail miserably. "Don't worry," Su-chen said lightly, looking very relaxed. The way the Starry Sky tournament was held was similar to the way to enter the Void battleground. It was also a chaotic battle. Only the last 100 people in the field would have the opportunity to enter the secret realm. Therefore, even if the other party did not come to find trouble with him, he would eliminate those who he did not like one by one. He did not care whether the other party would join forces or not. That was because the people who participated in the Starry Sky tournament were all of the younger generation, and their cultivation level would not be much higher than his. He had the ancient god-fiend body and was invincible among his peers. Even if he stood still, the other party would not be able to cause any damage to him. Chapter 10:21. Seeing Su-chen's relaxed expression, Chi Qingchuan did not say anything more. Su-chen sat in the driver's seat and closed his eyes to rest. After flying for half a day, the swift bird suddenly reminded, "Master, I found danger nearby." "Danger?" Su-chen slowly opened his eyes and glanced outside, only to see that except for some spatial turbulence outside, there was not even a shadow of a person. However, since the swift bird said there was danger, it must be right. "Satoshi, search outside," Su-chen ordered. The intelligent war chariot searched around and immediately replied, "Master, I found nothing." "Nothing?" Su-chen narrowed his eyes, his thoughts slowly turning. There must be danger nearby. The reason why he could not find it must be that the other party had some hidden means. When the time was right, he would give him a fatal blow. Thinking of this, Su-chen stopped the intelligent war chariot. "Su-chen, what happened?" Chi Mufeng asked with some doubts. "Something is hiding nearby. It might be disadvantageous to us." Su-chen did not hide and said directly. Hearing this, the people in the car did not panic at all, but they were a little confused. If there was really an ambush nearby, the target would definitely be Su-chen. However, Su-chen had been famous recently. He had killed several saint-level powerhouses in a row, showing his powerful combat strength. Who didn't want to live anymore and dared to provoke Su-chen? However, at this time, the swift bird anxiously reminded, "Master, That dangerous signal is getting closer and closer to us. It seems to be just outside the car. Su Chen's expression froze. Just as he was about to release his mental strength to investigate, the intelligent war chariot suddenly suffered a heavy blow and was sent flying more than 10 meters away. This attack was quite fierce. If it was in the past, the intelligent war chariot would have been destroyed. However, after being promoted to the level 14 form, its defense had greatly increased, and it could barely withstand this attack. Satoshi, are you all right? Su Chen steadied himself and asked worriedly. Don't worry, master. It's just some minor damage. It will be repaired soon, the intelligent war chariot replied. Su Chen heaved a sigh of relief and looked out of the car. At the same time, a violent murderous aura surrounded his body. No matter who it was, since they dared to attack the intelligent war chariot, they would have to pay a heavy price. Qi Muxue and the others couldn't help but tremble under this murderous aura. Even Qi Qingchuan, a level 5 saint-level fighter, felt his heart palpitate. This is too scary. Qi Muxi was trembling. Although Su Chen's aura was not directed at him, it still made him extremely frightened. What a sturdy spaceship. I can't believe it didn't shatter it with one slash. Not far away, a soft sound of surprise was suddenly heard. Su Chen and the others looked out together. In their line of sight, there was a middle-aged man who was more than 2 meters tall, as strong as a small mountain, and had a face full of stubble. The most eye-catching thing was that this person was holding a huge long saber in his hand. It was more than 10 meters long, and it gave people a very shocking feeling. Immortal Imperial Saber. After Qi Qingchuan saw the middle-aged man's appearance, he was shocked and shouted involuntarily. Senior, is this guy very powerful? Su Chen asked faintly. Qi Qingchuan was also a level 5 saint-level fighter, but after the appearance of the Immortal Imperial Saber, he looked very scared. This meant that the Immortal Imperial Saber definitely had a powerful background. Chapter 1022. Qi Qingchuan hurriedly explained, Su Chen, although Immortal Imperial Saber is at level 5 of the saint level, he is definitely the best among them. It is said that he has killed several void beasts at level 6 of the saint level. Hiss! Qi Mufeng and the others gasped. According to Qi Qingchuan, Immortal Imperial Saber's real combat capability had reached level 6 of the saint level. Then, could Su Chen still be a match for him? I don't care what level he is at. Since he dares to attack me, he must die. Su Chen snorted, and his eyes were filled with strong killing intent. Immortal Imperial Saber was indeed powerful since he could kill enemies at a higher level. But that was only relative to others. He was still not strong enough to defeat Ding Hao. Ding Hao wanted to see who gave Immortal Imperial Saber the courage to sneak attack him. Crack! The moment the car door opened, Su Chen slowly walked out and faced Immortal Imperial Saber from a distance. You are Su Chen, aren't you? Immortal Imperial Saber looked at Su Chen up and down and said disdainfully. Yes. Su Chen snorted and then said, I have no grudge against you. Who asked you to sneak attack me? He guessed that Immortal Imperial Saber was probably sent by heaven-scattering Taoist. But it was also possible that he was hired by other forces at a high price. If it was the latter, Ding Hao would definitely destroy him once he found out. You are a dying man. Why do you know so much? Immortal Imperial Saber looked at Su Chen with contempt, as if he regarded him as a dead man. Since you don't want to tell me, I'll beat you until you do. Su Chen did not waste time. He performed the Atlas shape-shifting skill and raised his cultivation to level 4 of the saint level. Then, he moved his feet and rushed toward Immortal Imperial Saber like a flash of light. You are not slow. Immortal Imperial Saber curled his lips slightly and then slashed out with his saber. All of a sudden, a cold light flashed across, and the void seemed to be cut apart. At the same time, an extremely terrifying saber chi slashed toward Su Chen. Seeing this, Qi Mufeng and the others turned pale with fright. A casual slash from Taoist Master Imperial Saber had the power to destroy the heavens and the earth. At this moment, they were all worried for Su Chen. Qi Qingchuan's expression also became extremely solemn. He opened his eyes wide and looked at Su Chen. He wanted to see how Su Chen would block this terrifying saber strike. At the same time, Su Chen suddenly stopped and quickly released his spiritual force to wrap around his palm. At the same time, He ran the long-arm golden scales and the great strength technique and reached out to grab it. Was he crazy? Seeing that, Chi Mushi was so scared that his scalp went numb, and he screamed. Chi Mufeng and the others were also dumbfounded. They could clearly see that Su Chen was preparing to grab Taoist Imperial Saber with his bare hands. How dare he do this? Qi Qingchuan swallowed his saliva deeply, and the corners of his mouth twitched. If it were someone else facing this saber strike, it would be too late to dodge. However, Su Chen did not dodge at all. Instead, he used his physical body to resist it. Isn't that too crazy? In fact, they did not know that although Su Chen's move seemed crazy, he was absolutely confident. He had the ancient god-fiend body, and his physical fitness was far superior to that of his peers. Besides, the long-arm golden scales could resist attacks that were more than one level higher. With the help of his spiritual force, no matter how sharp the saber strike was, it could not cause any damage to him. Taoist Master Imperial Saber also did not know why Su Chen did that. After being stunned for a moment, he said with a sinister smile, "Go to hell." His long saber was not only a top-grade sacred artifact, but it also weighed more than 15,000 kilograms. Not to mention that Su Chen was just a human. Even the void beast with a strong physical body would not dare to take it head-on with his bare hands. He was sure that Su Chen would definitely be chopped into pieces by this blade. Chapter 1023. Bang! Accompanied by the sound of metal clashing. Immortal Imperial Saber's long saber slashed heavily on Su Chen's palm. However, the expected scene of Su Chen being chopped into pieces did not appear. Su Chen's palm was like an indestructible metal. He firmly grasped Immortal Imperial Saber's long saber in his hand and could not move at all. How is this possible? Immortal Imperial Saber's eyes widened as if he had seen a ghost. His face was filled with shock and disbelief. Su Chen is too strong. The people of the Qi family in the intelligent war chariot were also shocked. They had long known that Su Chen was powerful, but they did not expect him to be so powerful. He was simply unkillable. Thinking of Su Chen's past achievements, Qi Mufeng sighed with emotion. There is no one who can defeat Su Chen when their levels are almost the same. He is indeed the symbol of invincibility. He is too awesome. How can he have such a terrifying physical body? Qi Mulai's mouth trembled as he exclaimed. Su Chen had caught Immortal Imperial Saber's powerful saber with his bare hands. The shock he received was unprecedented. On the other side, Su Chen took advantage of Immortal Imperial Saber's absent-mindedness to quickly launch a drunken dream and approach him. When he came close to Immortal Imperial Saber, he suddenly launched the 10,000 Lights fighting technique. In the blink of an eye, 10 phantoms identical to Su Chen appeared in the void. Together with Su Chen's main body, they surrounded Taoist Imperial Saber. What kind of magical power is this? Qi Qingchuan's eyes were wide open, filled with shock. Among the people present, only Qi Mufeng, Qi Muxue, and Qi Muyu had seen Su Chen use the 10,000 Lights fighting technique. It was the first time for the others to see it, so they were all stunned. This was especially true for Qi Qingchuan, whose heart was filled with shock. He still remembered the scene when he fought with Su Chen. At that time, he was completely crushed by Su Chen and did not have the slightest ability to fight back. At first, he thought that Su Chen must have used all his strength to achieve this. But after witnessing the 10,000 Lights 10 Shadows fighting skill, he suddenly realized that when Su Chen fought with him, he was not serious at all. Why would there be such a gifted existence in this world? Qi Qingchuan kept shouting in his heart. Just as Imperial Blade Taoist Master broke free from the illusion, the 11 Su Chen joined hands and launched an attack. All types of spell techniques and holy weapons came crashing down from above. Taoist Imperial Saber was completely submerged. Boom! With a deafening sound, Venerable Imperial Saber exploded. He gave off a dazzling light, causing the space to tremble. What a terrifying attack! Qi Qingchuan and the others opened their eyes wide and clicked their tongues. They never thought that Taoist Master Imperial Saber, a super powerhouse among the 5th stage of the Saint stage, would be killed by Su Chen in one move. Su Chen's strength deeply shocked them. Su Chen glanced at the place where Taoist Master Imperial Saber exploded and could not help but frown. He said softly, "He's not dead." He saw clearly that there was not a single fragment on the scene, and even the 10-meter-long saber had disappeared. This was enough to prove that Taoist Master Imperial Saber was not dead. He had used some method to escape from the place. Although this situation was strange, he had encountered it before. When he was on Green Cloud Island, Han Jianqi used this method. After confirming that Taoist Master Imperial Saber was not dead, Su Chen looked around and soon his eyes fell on a certain place in the void. There, with a faint surge of light, Taoist Master Imperial Saber's figure gradually appeared. You actually destroyed my substitute puppet. Taoist Master Imperial Saber gnashed his teeth and his eyes were filled with a layer of bone-chilling coldness. He then said coldly, Su Chen, I'll definitely turn you into ashes. Chapter 1024. Immortal Imperial Saber is still alive? Qi Mufeng and the others suddenly became nervous. Su Chen's face didn't change at all. He looked at Immortal Imperial Saber and sneered, If I can kill you once, I can kill you a second time. You'll always be an ant in my eyes. Hee hee, Immortal Imperial Saber sneered and growled. Then you'll see my true strength. As soon as he finished speaking, the long saber in his hand suddenly glowed with a crystal white light. The power of faith. Qi Qingchuan roared. He could clearly see that the white light on Immortal Imperial Saber's long saber was condensed from the power of faith. The power of faith could not only be used to upgrade one's level, but also to attack. Immortal Imperial Saber's long saber was blessed with the power of faith, and its power would inevitably soar to a terrifying level. How could Su Chen resist it? Su Chen, you can die now. After releasing the power of faith, Immortal Imperial Saber was full of confidence. He held the long saber in his hand and charged straight at Su Chen. You're too naive. Su Chen smiled contemptuously. Then, he opened his storage bag and threw out a small golden city. It was the City of Faith. As soon as the City of Faith appeared, it emitted a bright golden light and then released a violent suction force. This suction force didn't work on anything else but the power of faith. Under the effect of this suction force, the power of faith on Immortal Imperial Saber's long saber was like a whale sucking in water, pouring into the City of Faith. In the blink of an eye, there was nothing left. What the hell is this? Immortal Imperial Saber was completely dumbfounded. He had spent a lot of effort to condense the power of faith, and he didn't know how many years it had taken him to succeed. It had always been his strongest trump card, but he didn't expect that Su Chen would take it all away so easily. At this moment, his heart was bleeding. Su Chen has such a treasure? Qi Qingchuan and the others were also shocked. Once again, they were shocked by Su Chen's methods. I've already told you that you're just an ant in my eyes, but you didn't believe me. Su Chen sneered. Then, he put away the City of Faith and charged toward Taoist Imperial Saber. I'll kill you. Taoist Master Imperial Saber roared. He gathered all his strength and swung his saber straight at Su Chen. He knew very well that Su Chen would never let him go. If he wanted to live, the only way was to kill Su Chen. Just like last time, Su Chen still did not dodge, but a strange smile appeared on his face. Seeing Su Chen's expression, Taoist Master Imperial Saber vaguely felt that something was wrong, but it was too late to change his move. He could only brace himself and continue to attack Su Chen. Just as the long saber was infinitely close to Su Chen, he suddenly heard a sharp fist wind. Before he could react, his head was hit hard, and he became dizzy. The one who launched the sneak attack was none other than Su Chen's second primordial spirit. After Taoist Master Imperial Saber was stunned, Su Chen and his second primordial spirit joined forces to launch a storm-like attack. Bang bang. Crack crack. Accompanied by the sound of raindrops hitting banana leaves, Taoist Master Imperial Saber's bones were shattered. He was on the verge of death and had completely lost the ability to resist, becoming a lamb waiting to be slaughtered. As long as Su Chen wanted to, he could easily crush him with a finger. However, Su Chen was not in a hurry to make a move. He still wanted to interrogate Taoist Master Imperial Saber to find out who sent him to kill him. Who sent you? Tell me the truth, and I can give you a quick death. Su Chen stared at Taoist Master Imperial Saber and asked coldly. Chapter 1025. Immortal Imperial Saber struggled for a while and finally said, "Heaven-scattering Taoist." Since he was going to die anyway, he could only tell the truth in order to avoid torture.
"Sure enough, it's that old thing."
Su Chen's face darkened, and then he punched Immortal Imperial Saber's head. Then, he collected the broken pieces and the long saber holy weapon and returned to the intelligent war chariot. "Satoshi, let's go," Su Chen ordered. Then he sat in the driver's seat and began to sort out the broken pieces. Qi Qingchuan and the others did not disturb Su Chen. 2 hours later, Su Chen finished sorting out the broken pieces and pondered. This time, another thing with 10,000 energy points appeared among the broken pieces. It was called the Holy Weapon Decomposition Converter. Since he did not exchange it, he did not know what it was for. After pondering for a while, he decided to exchange it. After all, it was only 10,000 energy points. With his current energy points, it was nothing at all. The moment he successfully exchanged it, there was a disc about 10 feet in size in his storage bag, which looked similar to the time accelerator. And the feedback was quickly transmitted to his mind. The Holy Weapon Decomposition Converter only had one function, which was to convert the broken pieces of the holy weapon into energy points. The higher the quality of the holy weapon, the more energy points it could convert. After reading it, Su Chen was overjoyed. In the past year, he had killed countless holy level experts, and most of them had holy weapons. Therefore, he also obtained a large number of holy weapons, which piled up into a small mountain in his storage bag. Because they were not his, he felt a little uncomfortable using them and did not know how to deal with them. The Saint Relic Decomposing Converter solved the problem perfectly. No matter how good the holy weapon was, it was trash if it was not used. The energy points converted could be used to upgrade or exchange for other things. It was like recycling waste. Su Chen held back his excitement and decided to try it out. He glanced at the pile of holy weapons and finally chose the long saber of Immortal Imperial Saber. He put the long saber on the Sacred Tool Converter. With a flash of white light, the long saber disappeared. At the same time, a voice rang out in Su Chen's mind. "Decompose the sacred long sword and convert 10,000 energy points." Hearing this, the corners of Su Chen's mouth curled up. There were still dozens of sacred artifacts in the storage bag. If all of them were to be decomposed and converted, it would be at least a few 100,000 energy points. It was almost the same as the energy points he got from killing dozens of saints of other races. After a while, he decomposed all the sacred artifacts into energy points. In the end, the total amount of energy points reached a staggering 500,000, once again setting a new record. If he used them all to exchange for attribute fragments, Su Chen estimated that he could advance to 6th level saint rank. However, he couldn't rush to level up just yet. If he leveled up too fast, it would definitely arouse the fear of heaven-scattering Taoist. Perhaps he would be driven to desperate measures and deal with him personally. After turning off the system, Su Chen opened the planting space to chat with the longevity fruit tree and observe the growth of the tree of life. After flying for an hour, a small piece of land appeared in front of him. It was the location of the Starry Sky competition, Qichuan Island. At this time, Qi Mufeng reminded him, "Su Chen, we're here." Su Chen opened his eyes and looked outside. A large number of people had gathered on Qichuan Island. There were roughly tens of thousands of people. Chapter 10:26. Actually, the number of people participating in the Void Battleground was less than the number of people participating in the Void Battleground. The reason for this was that the Grand Tournament of Stars was much more valuable than the Void Battleground. Those who participated in the Grand Tournament of Stars were all sages. Those who participated in the Void Battleground were all below the sage level. Naturally, the number of people below the sage level was more than the sage level. Su Chen, the people from the Shang family are there. Qi Mufeng pointed in a direction and said. Su Chen looked in the direction of his finger and saw Shang Yun and his son standing together with a skinny elder. Only 3 people? Su Chen was surprised. The Shang family was ranked 3rd in the top 10 hidden families. Why did they only send so few people to participate in the Grand Tournament of Stars? Did they look down on the Grand Tournament of Stars? Or did the Shang family not have any capable young experts? Brother Qi, only Shang Fei from the Shang family is participating? Su Chen asked curiously.
He should be the only one.
Qi Mufeng replied and explained, although the Shang family is ranked high, it is mainly because of Shang Chuishan, who is a stage 6 sage level existence. Actually, the younger generation in the Shang family is very weak. Only Shang Fei is a sage level existence. Su Chen nodded and continued, the elder beside Shang Yun is Shang Chuishan, right?
Yes.
Qi Mufeng said bluntly. Satoshi. Land. Su Chen ordered. The intelligent war chariot quickly landed beside Shang Yun and the other two. Su Chen, you guys are finally here. After Su Chen alighted, Shang Yun happily walked up to greet him. Senior. Sorry to keep you waiting. Su Chen smiled and said. Qi Qingchuan and the rest alighted and started talking to Shang Yun and the others. Su Chen, our Shang family is relying on you this time. Shang Chuishan took the initiative to talk to Su Chen. The Shang clan only had Shang Fei as their sole heir to participate in the grand tournament of Starry Night. Without the help of others, it was very likely that they would be eliminated. Therefore, he placed his hopes on Su Chen. As long as Su Chen was willing to help, getting a spot wouldn't be a problem. Senior, don't worry. As long as I'm here, Shang Fei will definitely get a spot, Su Chen guaranteed. Previously in the secret realm, Shang Yun and his son's performance had received Su Chen's affirmation. They were worthy of being friends. It wouldn't be a problem to help the Shang family get a slot. Thank you very much. After receiving Su Chen's reply, Shang Chuishan beamed with joy. Who is Su Chen? All of a sudden, a cold howl was heard. From the sound of it, they seemed to have come with ill intentions. Su Chen looked in the direction of the voice, only to see an old man with a big bald head walking over with a majestic gait. Su Chen. He is Fan Xian, the second most powerful person in the Fan clan. He is a saint level 6. Qi Qingchuan reminded him softly. The Fan clan? Su Chen muttered to himself. He didn't remember having any grudges with the Fan clan. Then why was Fan Xian here? I am Su Chen. What is the matter? Su Chen stepped forward and looked at Fan Xian. He asked calmly. Fan Xian sized up Su Chen and narrowed his eyes. He said coldly, I heard that you do things without any scruples. You destroy cities and families at the slightest provocation. Is that true? What does that have to do with you? Su Chen said disdainfully. Fan Xian's arrogance made Su Chen very unhappy. There was no need for him to be polite with Fan Xian. You are as arrogant as the rumors say. Fan Xian's gaze became unfriendly. As a 6th level saint rank expert, he was respected no matter where he went. However, Su Chen didn't take him seriously at all. This made him very angry. Chapter 1027. What do you want, Fan Xian? Asked Shang Chuishan coldly. Su Chen was the key to the Shang family survival, so he naturally had to side with Su Chen. Is the Shang family going to stand up for Su Chen? Fan Xian snorted with a dark expression.
So what if we are?
Shang Chuishan didn't back down. They were both level 6 saints, so he wasn't afraid at all. Seeing Shang Chuishan's stubbornness, Fan Xian didn't force it. Instead, he turned to Su Chen and said, once the Fan family's disciples enter the Tournament of Stars, no accidents are allowed. Do you understand? Su Chen was notorious for his ruthlessness, so he was worried that Su Chen would do something to the Fan family's disciples. The purpose of coming here was very simple. It was to warn Su Chen. Are you threatening me? Su Chen narrowed his eyes, his voice cold. If Fan Xian thought that he could act recklessly in front of him just because he was a level 6 saint, then he would pay a heavy price. He still had a lot of energy points, so he could reach level 4 saint level at any time. After using Atlas Polymorph, he was only 1 level lower than Fan Xian. Killing enemies of a higher level was as easy as eating and drinking for him. Fan Xian looked strong, but he was nothing in Su Chen's eyes. You can take it as a threat, said Fan Xian disdainfully. He then warned, if you dare to touch anyone from the Fan family, you'll have to bear the consequences. Su Chen pursed his lips and said meaningfully, I hate it when people threaten me. I'll take good care of the Fan family's disciples later. Fan Xian's eyelids twitched. He understood what Su Chen meant. He was going to target the Fan family's disciples. If Su Chen really did that, no one from the Fan family would be able to stop him. The quota for the Starry Sky competition would determine whether or not one would be able to enter the Void Secret Realm. It was too important. He would not allow that to happen. In order to dispel Su Chen's thoughts, Fan Xian threatened him again. Su Chen, if something really happens to a member of the Fan family, I will definitely grind your bones to dust. Even the Shang family and the Qi family won't be able to protect you. Fan Xian is really bold. Qi Qingchuan sighed in his heart. Although Su Chen was only a 3rd-level saint rank, his true strength was comparable to a 6th-level saint rank. Why would he need someone to protect him? And looking at Su Chen's calm expression, he even felt that if Fan Xian fought with Su Chen, the one to die in the end would be Fan Xian. Fan Xian, don't look down on me. Do you want to spar with me right now? Shang Chuishan snorted coldly. Fan Xian's aggressiveness made him very unhappy. Su Chen didn't get angry. He said indifferently, I'm looking forward to it. I hope you won't be a coward when the time comes. Fan Xian's words had been put on his kill list. But if he wanted to do it, he would have to wait until the end of the Starry Sky competition. Su Chen and Fan Xian's hostility quickly attracted the attention of the other forces around. They gathered together and began to discuss spiritedly. Who is that guy? He's too arrogant. He didn't even give Fan Xian any face. Isn't he afraid of being killed? He is Su Chen of the human race. Do you think he will be afraid of Fan Xian? What? He is Su Chen? Knowing Su Chen's identity, the surrounding people were shocked and looked at Su Chen. Su Chen's recent reputation can be said to be like thunder. Not only did he kill dozens of saint-rank powerhouses, but he also destroyed Maguang City. He acted without scruples, but no one could stop him. Fan Xian wanted to suppress Su Chen with his identity, which was indeed an impossible thing. If Su Chen really compromised, then he would not be the god of slaughter Su Chen. Chapter 1028. Seeing that Su Chen and the others didn't take him seriously, Fan Xian was so angry that his mouth twitched. Just as he was about to speak again, a huge energy wave was released from a large open space not far away. At the same time, there were shouts all around. The Starry Sky Arena has opened. Hurry up and enter. The open space in front of them was where the Starry Sky tournament would be held. Once it opened, it would form a protective shield around it. Once the shield was formed, no one could enter from the outside. Therefore, the participants of the Starry Sky tournament had to enter before the shield was formed. Suddenly, a large number of people rushed into the open space. Su Chen, let's hurry up and enter, Qi Mufeng reminded. Let's go. Without the slightest hesitation, Su Chen walked straight ahead. Qi Mulei and the others followed closely behind. Fan Xian watched Su Chen leave. He was very unwilling in his heart, but he did not dare to make a move at this time. Because when the shield was formed, there was a trace of the heavenly order. Anyone who dared to make a move would be killed immediately. Even a 6th-stage saint level was no different from an ant in front of the heavenly order. Not long after Su Chen and the others entered the open space, the shield was completely formed. There were 100 spots for the Starry Sky tournament. When there were only 100 people left, they would automatically get a spot and the Starry Sky tournament would be over. There were only 2 ways to leave 100 people. First, leave voluntarily. The shield could only stop outsiders, but not outsiders. As long as they wanted to leave, they could leave at any time. However, everyone who entered here was fighting for the last spot. No one would give up easily. The second way was to kill each other until there were only 100 people left. Although the number of participants in the Starry Sky tournament couldn't be compared to the number of participants in the Void Battleground, there were still close to 300 people. 2/3 of the participants would be eliminated. This was not a small number. Su Chen, who should we deal with first? Qi Mufeng asked. Su Chen narrowed his eyes and said, let's start with the Fan family. Fan Xian had tried to threaten him before, which was a taboo. The first to be dealt with was naturally the Fan family. Upon hearing this, the faces of Qi Mufeng and the others darkened. The Fan family was ranked second among the top 10 hidden families. Not only did they have Fan Xian, a 6th-level saint-level master, they also had another 6th-level saint-level ancestor. Once the members of the Fan family were eliminated, it would be equivalent to forming an irreconcilable feud with the Fan family. The Fan family would definitely seek revenge. No matter how strong Su Chen was, he was only a third-level saint rank. How could he resist the revenge of the Fan family? Su Chen, let's go somewhere else, Qi Mulei advised. From his point of view, even if all the members of the Fan family were to stay, there would still be more than enough places to go. There was no need to fight to the death with the Fan family. It doesn't matter. If the Fan family doesn't know what's good for them, I don't mind completely wiping them out, Su Chen said coldly. Qi Mulei and the others were stunned. Su Chen wanted to wipe out the Fan family? Wasn't this a bit too much? After all, the Fan family had 2 6th-level saint-level experts. How could Su Chen be a match for them? But from what they knew about Su Chen was never one to speak without thinking. Did he really have a way to deal with the Fan family? Qi Mufeng thought for a moment, then said, "Let's listen to Su Chen." He had known Su Chen the longest, so he knew Su Chen's personality well. Once Su Chen made up his mind, no one could stop him. Chapter 1029. Don't make a move later. Just prepare your defenses, Su Chen reminded them. Qi Mulei and the others were too weak, especially Qi Muyu and Qi Muxue, who were only at level 10. Once they started fighting, it was hard to guarantee that they would not be injured. Therefore he decided to do it himself. Understood. Qi Mufeng nodded in response. He knew very well that once he got involved, not only would he not be able to help Su Chen, but he would also become a burden to Su Chen. It was better to do as Su Chen said. Brother Qi, where are the Fan family members? Su Chen glanced outside and asked. They are the Fan family members. Qi Mufeng pointed forward and replied. Su Chen looked in the direction of his finger, and saw a small group of about 50 people gathered not far away. So many. Su Chen frowned slightly. Although the Fan family was powerful and was one of the top forces in the void, it was impossible for them to have so many saint-level powerhouses, right? Qi Mufeng explained. There are about 20 people from the Fan family participating in the competition. The rest of the people, other than those who are on good terms with them, are some small forces that rely on them. Su Chen was enlightened. After all, there were only 100 places for the grand tournament of Starry Sky. There would definitely be fights for these 100 places. If those forces who were on good terms with them gathered together, they would have a better chance of winning. Wait for me here. Su Chen reminded them and walked straight to the Fan family. Fan Xian, who was outside the shield, saw Su Chen walking toward the Fan family members. His face darkened and he roared angrily. Su Chen, if you dare to touch a single finger of the Fan family members, I will destroy you. Although his voice was loud, it was a pity that the shield had a soundproof effect. It did not reach Su Chen's ears at all. Fan Xian could only vent his anger on himself. Everyone in the Fan family became nervous when they saw Su Chen walking over. Although they had the advantage in numbers, the strongest among them was only a level 3 saint. It was rumored that Su Chen could even kill a 4th-level saint-rank Titan giant. None of them were a match for Su Chen. Su Chen, what are you trying to do? When Su Chen got close, a fat man walked out from the group of Fan family disciples. He stared at Su Chen with vigilance. His name was Fan Sanfeng, and he was a level 3 saint ranker. He was also the strongest in their group. Hand over all your sacred artifacts and scram. Then, I can consider not killing you all, Su Chen said in an unquestionable tone. There were a total of 50 people present. Even if each of them could not wield a sacred artifact, there were at least 20 of them. Through sacred artifact decomposition and conversion, he could convert at least 100,000 energy points, which was enough to satisfy him. Of course, the prerequisite was that the other party had to be obedient. You've gone too far. Hearing this, everyone became incomparably angry and glared at Su Chen. Su Chen's 2 conditions were simply not treating them as human beings. They had come here for the quota to enter the Void Mystery Land. Su Chen not only wanted to take away their quota, but also wanted to snatch their sacred artifacts. Who would be able to accept this? Su Chen, don't be too arrogant. Aren't you afraid of our Fan family's revenge? Fan Sanfeng shouted at the top of his lungs. After all, the Fan family was a big family. When had they ever been threatened like this? At this moment, The anger in his heart had reached its peak. He wanted nothing more than to pull out Su Chen's tendons and skin him alive. However, when he thought of all the rumors about Su Chen, he did not have the slightest bit of courage to do anything to Su Chen. He could only suppress this anger in his heart, feeling extremely aggrieved. Chapter 10:30. If I was afraid of revenge, I wouldn't have come. I'll give you one last chance. Hand over the sacred weapon and scram, or I'll kill you all. Su Chen glanced at Fan Sanfeng and the others and said coldly, "Brother Fan, let's fight him. Don't let this kid continue to be so arrogant." The others were furious and suggested to Fan Sanfeng. There were 50 of them, and with 50 saint-level experts working together, no matter how strong Su Chen was, he wouldn't be a match for them, right? Fan Sanfeng gritted his teeth and looked straight at Su Chen, roaring angrily, "Su Chen, do you really want to fight to the death with us?" Unless it was absolutely necessary, he absolutely didn't want to fight with Su Chen. "Haha." Su Chen sneered. "In my eyes, you are all ants. What qualifications do you have to fight to the death with me? Let's attack together." Fan Sanfeng couldn't bear it anymore, and his face became ferocious. He took out a sacred weapon and rushed toward Su Chen. It was absolutely impossible for him to hand over the sacred weapon and leave. Since Su Chen was so aggressive, they could only fight with their lives on the line. "Kill!" The others also roared and attacked Su Chen one after another. Suddenly, a violent aura spread out in the field, attracting everyone's attention. Qi Mufeng and the others were a little nervous. Su Chen was very strong, but in the face of 50 saint-level experts, could he still be as invincible as before? "Kill him for me!" Outside the defensive barrier, Fan Xian gritted his teeth and roared. "Old Qi, can Su Chen withstand it?" Shang Chuishan asked worriedly. Qi Qingchuan smiled. This kind of attack should be easy for Su Chen. He had fought with Su Chen before, and had a deep understanding of Su Chen's strength. If there was a word to describe it, it would be unfathomable. Even he, a 5th-stage saint-level expert, was crushed by Su Chen, let alone Fan Sanfeng and the other saint-level experts. Very simple? Shang Chuishan smacked his lips and thought to himself, is Su Chen really that powerful? Within the defensive shield, Su Chen faced the attacks of the 50 saint-level experts. Not only was he not afraid, there was even a hint of contempt on his face. Just as his opponent was about to reach him, he raised his hand and slashed out with his saber. All of a sudden, a blue torrent that emitted terrifying lightning fluctuations surged out. What a terrifying lightning spell! Cries of surprise could be heard all around. Fan Sanfeng and the others were scared out of their wits, wishing they could escape immediately. Unfortunately, the blue torrent was too fast and did not give them any chance to escape. Left with no choice, they could only defend themselves. In the next moment, the blue torrent swept past. Fan Sanfeng, who bore the brunt of the attack, was directly turned into a fine powder. Nearly 20 people behind him were also turned into charred corpses, dying on the spot. Although the remaining 20 or so people didn't die, they were all injured. The heavily injured lay on the ground, moaning in pain. They were reduced to lambs waiting to be slaughtered. Hiss! Witnessing this scene, there was a sound of cold air being sucked in. Everyone looked at Su Chen with horror in their eyes. One slash killed nearly 20 saint-level experts, and the rest of the saint-level experts were also injured. When had they ever seen such a terrifying killing move? At this moment, they were all a little uneasy. Worried that Su Chen's next target would be them? Su Chen, I will definitely turn you into ashes. Outside the defensive shield, Fan Xian was so angry that he was about to vomit blood. Fan Sanfeng and the others were all core disciples of the Fan family. The Fan family had cultivated them for countless years. He never thought that Su Chen would wipe them out in one fell swoop. From now on, the Fan family would fall into decline. And he would also become a sinner of the Fan family. Therefore, he swore that he would not stop until he killed Su Chen. Chapter 10:31. Go back quickly and tell the boss what happened here. Fan Xian resisted the urge to kill and ordered one of his subordinates. The boss he was referring to was Fan Xiong, another 6th-stage saint-level fighter of the Fan family. If he wanted to kill Su Chen, He couldn't do it alone. Shang Chuishan would definitely stop him, so he had to get Fan Xiong here. Su Chen, just wait for the Fan family's revenge. Fan Xian looked at Su Chen from afar and growled through gritted teeth. On the other side, Su Chen collected the shards without batting an eyelid, then looked at the remaining injured people. When Su Chen's gaze landed on them, the remaining people were scared out of their wits. A cowardly person threw the holy weapon in his hand to the ground and begged Su Chen for mercy. Su Chen, I'll give you the holy weapon and I'll leave immediately. Don't kill me. Seeing this, the others followed suit. Looking at the 20 or so holy weapons scattered on the ground, Su Chen's lips curled up slightly. He said mockingly, I gave you a chance before, but none of you appreciated it. Hearing this, everyone's faces turned pale. Su Chen clearly didn't intend to let them go. After looking at each other, they all ran out of the defensive barrier. If they continued to fight Su Chen, they would die. If they wanted to live, they had to get out of the defensive barrier. Do you think you can escape? Su Chen smiled contemptuously. Then he activated the rapid war boots and chased after them like a ghost. In less than a minute, he killed all of them. What terrifying strength! What cruel methods! The onlookers screamed in their hearts. It was rumored that Su Chen's strength was unparalleled, and he was a cruel killer. Today, they saw that he lived up to his reputation. Su Chen put away the holy weapon and looked at the others with narrowed eyes. Wherever he looked, everyone was as silent as cicadas in winter. They didn't even dare to breathe loudly. He was afraid that an unexpected move would attract Su Chen's attention and bring about a fatal disaster. This is the demeanor of an expert. Shang Fei sighed with emotion when he saw that Su Chen alone was able to suppress hundreds of saint-level existences. Qi Mufeng and the others were also overwhelmed with emotions. They looked at Su Chen with eyes full of admiration. Su Chen looked around and suddenly shouted, People of the 5 super races, put down your sacred weapons and get out. There were only 100 spots for entering the Void Mystery Zone. Even after dealing with the Fan family, there were still a few hundred people left. Therefore, they had to continue cleaning up. The 5 super races had a grudge with him for a long time, so the second batch of targets naturally fell on their heads. Hearing this, the people of the 5 super races began to hesitate. They didn't want to give up the spots for entering the Void Mystery Zone, but Su Chen had already spoken. If they didn't do as he said, they would end up like the Fan family and be wiped out. Although they had more people than the Fan family, their overall combat strength was inferior to the Fan family. The disciples of the Fan family were no match for Su Chen. In Su Chen's eyes, they were probably no more than ants. My patience is limited. If you don't hand over the things and leave, I'll attack, Su Chen said coldly as he looked at the people of the 5 super races. We'll leave now. A Dharma race saint was the first to speak. He threw away the holy weapon in his hand and quickly ran out of the defensive barrier. Although this move was a bit shameful, it was nothing compared to his life. Chapter 1032. Seeing this, the rest of the 5 super races all followed suit. Although they were extremely unwilling, they could not make a second choice in the face of death. Since they were so tactful, Su Chen did not make a move. Instead, he watched their every move. Suddenly, he yelled at one of the night demons, You stop! That night demon was shocked and panicked. He gritted his teeth and said, Su Chen, I've already done as you said. What else do you want? Don't you know? Su Chen stared coldly at the night demon saint level and snorted. I've already said that you can only go out if you hand over the saint weapon. Do you think I'm joking? He had already observed that there were more than 10 people from the 5 super races who had saint weapons. This night demon saint level was one of them. However, this guy did not hand over the saint weapon. Instead, he hid it and wanted to sneak out with the others. Su Chen could not rub sand in his eyes. Of course he would not let him go. Don't slander me. I don't have a saint weapon. The night demon saint level was shocked and scared, but he still tried to argue. Since you don't admit it, go to hell. Su Chen did not waste time talking to him. He released his mind power to bind him and then punched him, blowing him up on the spot. Witnessing this scene, the hearts of the people from the other 5 super races trembled violently. That was especially true for those who had originally wanted to hide the sacred artifacts and slip away. They threw away their sacred artifacts without any hesitation and fled. Su Chen picked up the saint weapons one by one. Then, he narrowed his eyes and looked at the rest of the people. After eliminating the Fan family and chasing away the people from the 5 super races, there were still nearly 200 people present. He had to eliminate another group. Gu family, Han family, and Titan race, hand over the saint weapons and get out. Su Chen narrowed his eyes and shouted loudly. These 3 families had a deep grudge with him. Naturally, the third group of people to eliminate fell on them. Su Chen, I am the only member of the Titan race. Are you really not going to give us any chance? Are you really going to fight us to the death? A third-stage saint-level Titan roared angrily at Su Chen. Ever since Blue Sea was killed by Su Chen, the Titan race's power has been weakening. The Titan race had placed all their hopes on him, hoping that he would be able to obtain a spot to enter the Void's secret territory. They hoped that he would be able to find some treasures there to increase his cultivation level quickly and restore the glory of the Titan race. You Titans think you're qualified to fight to the death with me? Su Chen sneered. With a move of his feet, he closed in on the Titan giant and raised his hand to punch out. The best way to deal with disobedient people was to kill them. That way, he would be able to intimidate others. This is going too far. The Titan was completely enraged. It also clenched a huge fist and smashed it at Su Chen. Boom! The 2 fists collided rapidly, producing a violent explosion. The Titan giant was directly shattered by the punch. Both of them were third-stage sage level. Logically speaking, the Titan giant should have the upper hand in such a head-on collision. However, Su Chen had the ancient god-fiend body and his physical fitness was far superior to that of his peers. He also used the heavenly strength technique. In terms of physical strength and strength, he was superior to the Titan giant. That was why he could shatter it with one punch. What a terrifying physical body and strength. Su Chen was too strong. Seeing this scene, the surrounding alien races were so shocked that their jaws almost dropped. Chapter 1033. After killing the Titan, Su Chen seemed to have done something very easy. He clapped his hands and looked at the Gu clan and the Han clan. All of a sudden, everyone from the Han clan and Gu clan became nervous. Su Chen's strength had deeply shocked them, causing their breathing to become abnormally heavy. Su Chen, our Gu clan is willing to hand over all the sacred artifacts and give you some compensation. Can you let us stay? A member of the Gu clan said to Su Chen in a negotiating tone. His name was Gu Tian, and he was a third-stage saint. He was also the strongest member of the Gu clan. Su Chen shook his head and rejected flatly. Hand over the sacred artifact and leave or die. The Gu clan didn't have a deep feud with him. But the Gu clan was too arrogant. When he was in the Elf continent, there was a guy called Gu Chuan who claimed to be a genius destroyer and even tried to kill him. It was also because of Gu Chuan that Su Chen was very disgusted with the Gu clan and would definitely not let them stay. Gu Tian struggled for a while and finally gave in. After handing over the sacred artifact, he left with the Gu clan members dejectedly. After Han Jianwu, the strongest member of the younger generation of the Han clan, died, there wasn't even a decent expert left. When they saw that Gu Tian had given in, they didn't dare to go against Su Chen. After handing over the sacred artifact, they followed closely behind the Gu clan. After the 2 clans left, Su Chen counted the number of people. Including Qi Mufeng and the others, there were 127 people left. This meant that there were still 27 people to get rid of. Su Chen narrowed his eyes and glanced at the remaining people one by one. Then he said calmly, "Everyone, we still have too many people. Is there anyone who wants to leave?" Instantly, everyone started to feel uneasy. No one who participated in the competition would leave willingly. However, one could imagine that if no one took the initiative to leave, Su Chen would definitely continue to clean up. Some of the weaker people from the smaller factions hesitated for a moment. They were more worried about this. If they were targeted by Su Chen, they might not be able to keep their lives. In the end, they gathered together to discuss for a while and took the initiative to leave. There were exactly 27 people. However, when the 27 people left, the defensive barrier did not disappear. This meant that there were still more than 100 people present. However, Su Chen could clearly see that there were indeed 100 people left on the scene. So why did this happen? The others were also very confused. Su Chen frowned and muttered to himself. He suspected that someone had hidden themselves, causing the number of people to exceed 100. Just as he was about to let the intelligent war chariot search, Qi Mufeng walked over and reminded him in a low voice, Su Chen, the people in the chaos space, are also counted. Su Chen immediately realized that there were indeed more than 40 people in the primal chaos space. If they were included in the quota, they would have to clear out more than 40 people. However, the remaining people had no enmity with him, so it was somewhat unreasonable to drive them out without distinguishing between right and wrong. However, if he didn't clean them up, he wouldn't be able to enter the Void Secret Land. Su Chen thought for a moment and finally decided to clear them up. Then he raised his voice and said to the remaining people, Everyone, there's a small situation. 50 of you have to leave. He didn't check the exact number of people in the primal chaos space, but it definitely wouldn't be more than 50. It was more than enough to clear out 50 people. What? Hearing this, the remaining people couldn't understand and were very angry. Su Chen had already chased away more than half of them, but he still didn't want to stop. He was really bullying them. Chapter 1034. Su Chen ignored their reactions and said indifferently, I won't do anything this time. As for who you want to get rid of, that's up to you. But you have to be quick, or I'll chase all of you out. Since he didn't know who to get rid of, he might as well push this matter to the other party. Who could stay would depend on their own abilities. As soon as Su Chen finished speaking, the group of foreign races fell silent. Su Chen's meaning was very clear. He wanted them to kill each other, and only the strong ones could stay. Originally, there was bound to be a fight for the spots. But now, there weren't many people left, and almost all of them were strong. Their strengths were also very balanced. Once they started fighting, the outcome would be hard to predict. Everyone had the possibility of dying. In their hearts they were all unwilling. But Su Chen had already spoken. Even if they were unwilling, it was not up to them. Just as the group of foreign races were about to move, a slender and beautiful woman walked towards Su Chen. When she was 10 meters away from Su Chen, she stopped and smiled sweetly. Su Chen, I have a better solution. Which force are you from? What's your name? Su Chen fixed his eyes on the other party and asked loudly. My name is Yang Xiuli. I'm from the Hidden Spirit sect, the beautiful woman replied. Hearing this, Qi Mufeng and the others' expressions froze. Su Chen also raised his eyebrows slightly. The Hidden Spirit sect was a very mysterious sect in the void. They specialized in selling information. Moreover, the information they sold was very reliable. Qi Mufeng knew about the spirit spring of life on the elf continent. He had bought it from the Hidden Spirit sect. From this, it could be seen that the Hidden Spirit sect was very powerful. Tell me your solution, Su Chen said calmly. Yang Xiuli chuckled. The solution is very simple. For the remaining spots, we'll buy them. Whoever pays more will get the spot. Su Chen's eyes lit up. The things that were taken out would naturally belong to him. This way, he would definitely be able to obtain some good things. He didn't need to do anything to solve the problem. And he could even gain something. He was very satisfied with Yang Xiuli's suggestion. The other outsiders didn't object either. After all, handing over some things was better than fighting to the death. That's a good suggestion. Su Chen nodded and said, Let's start with you. The earlier one bought a slot, the greater the chance of getting it. Since Yang Xiuli had made such a good suggestion, the first spot would be reserved for her. I'll use a sacred artifact to buy it. Yang Xiuli didn't beat around the bush. She took out a golden gourd from her storage pouch and tossed it to Su Chen. Sacred artifact? Su Chen was overjoyed. Just as he was about to take it, a warning from the swift bird came from the pet feeding space. Master, I feel that the gourd is very dangerous. Su Chen frowned and instantly released his spiritual power to wrap around the golden gourd, fixing it in mid-air. This action surprised Yang Xiuli. However, she quickly recovered and a strange smile appeared on the corners of her mouth. Su Chen, you're quite vigilant, but you can't escape from my grasp. As soon as she finished speaking, The golden gourd suddenly expanded. When it reached the size of about 10 feet, an extremely large amount of spiritual power suddenly shot out from the mouth of the gourd and quickly enveloped Su Chen. Chapter 1035.
Oh no!
It's the Pantheon Golden Gourd. The moment the golden gourd appeared, Shang Chuishan exclaimed with a serious expression. The Pantheon Golden Gourd was a top-level divine weapon, infinitely close to a divine weapon. It contained a vast amount of spiritual power. Once enveloped by the Pantheon Golden Gourd's spiritual power, even a 7th-stage saint-level cultivator would not be able to break free in a short time. It could be said that Su Chen's current situation was very dangerous. He had almost lost the ability to resist and was reduced to a lamb waiting to be slaughtered.
Ha ha!
Fan Xian laughed wildly.
Serves you right. This is the result of your arrogance.
He could clearly see that Su Chen was completely bound by the spiritual power. Yang Xioli and the others would not miss this opportunity. They would definitely rush forward and kill Su Chen. Although he could not personally kill Su Chen, he still felt some regret. But as long as Su Chen was killed, he did not care about this. Brother Shang, is Su Chen really out of ideas? Qi Qingchuan asked anxiously. To break the spiritual power binding of the Pantheon Golden Gourd, he would need to use some powerful spiritual power secret technique. Shang Chuishan sighed and changed the topic. Does Su Chen have such a secret technique?
I'm not sure.
Qi Qingchuan shook his head with a sad expression. There were very few people who had spiritual power secret techniques. Although Su Chen was a full-time cultivator, he mainly relied on the attacks of an evolver. His spiritual power was usually used as a support. Therefore, he did not know that Su Chen had such a secret technique. On the other side, Qi Mufeng and the others rushed over after discovering that Su Chen was trapped. They tried to save Su Chen, but they were stopped by Su Chen. The spiritual power binding him was very strong. Qi Mufeng and the others were too weak. Not only could they not help, but they would also be injured. Su Chen, rumor has it that you have never been defeated since your debut. Do you have a way to escape from me today? Yang Xioli looked directly at Su Chen and sneered. It looked like he was treating Su Chen as a lamb waiting to be slaughtered, and could be killed at any time. Su Chen's expression did not change. He smiled faintly. I'm a little curious. I have no enmity with the Hidden Spirit sect. Why are you attacking me? Although he was bound by spiritual power, it was easy for him to break free. That was because the blade was specialized in breaking spiritual power. When he was trapped by Meng Yi's dream creation space back in the continent, he had used this secret technique to easily break out of it. He did not rush to escape because he wanted to get some information. There are some people you can't offend. You can only blame yourself for your arrogance. Yang Xioli sneered. She turned to the strange race people behind her and said, Everyone, Su Chen is already under my control. If you want to get a place to enter the Void Secret Realm, you have to join forces to kill him. As soon as she said that, all the strange race people were eager to give it a try. They had long disliked Su Chen and did not want to miss the chance to kill Su Chen. Everyone, let's join forces with Fairy Yang to kill Su Chen. A Stage 3 Saint-level strange race person roared. Under his lead, the group of strange race people charged towards Su Chen. Su Chen, remember to keep a low profile in your next life. Yang Xioli sneered. She took out a saint-level long sword and gathered with the other strange race people.
Su Chen is finished.
Shang Chuishan sighed. From his point of view, Su Chen was bound by the spiritual power of the Pantheon Golden Gourd. Facing the attacks of so many saints, he would not be able to escape death. Qi Mufeng and the others' faces were also extremely ugly. Even though they knew that they were no match, they did not hesitate to rush over to save Su Chen. Even the level 10 Qi Muyu and Qi Muxue were the same. A bunch of ant-like existences want to kill me? Su Chen smiled contemptuously and released the Blade of Divine Sense. Chapter 1036. All of a sudden, thousands of spirit sense blades appeared around Su Chen. The spiritual energy that was originally wrapped around his body dissipated like paper. Su Chen has a spirit sense secret technique. Shang Chuishan shouted excitedly.
That's great.
Qi Qingchuan was also excited. Now that Su Chen had broken free from the spirit sense, it was impossible for Yang Xioli and the others to kill him.
How could this be?
Seeing the spirit sense released by the Pantheon Golden Gourd collapse, Yang Xioli's face turned pale. The outsiders who were charging at Su Chen also stopped at this moment. Their faces were filled with fear. Su Chen, who had regained his freedom, had caused great pressure to the saints of the outsiders before he even made a move. According to Su Chen's style, he would definitely kill them all. If they continued to stay, they would die. With that in mind, the group of non-human saints flew out of the defensive barrier as fast as they could.
You want to run now?
Do you think you can make it?
Su Chen snorted and summoned the golden puppet. He ordered, "Oh Tetsu, kill them all."
Understood. The golden puppet nodded and quickly chased after the saints of the outsiders. After combining 4 saint-level puppets, its strength had soared to the 5th stage of the saint level. It was too easy to deal with a group of low-level saints of the outsiders. Soon, shrill screams were heard. What a powerful puppet! The onlookers inside the barrier were shocked. They had seen saint-level puppets before, but they had never heard of one as powerful as this golden puppet. 5th stage of the saint level. Qi Qingchuan's eyes almost popped out of their sockets. He still remembered clearly that the golden puppet was only at the 4th stage of the saint level when he fought with Su Chen. He didn't expect it to reach the 5th stage of the saint level in just 20 days. It was incredible. At the same time, many of the outsiders began to curse Su Chen. After all, the non-human saints killed by the golden puppet were all on their side. On the other hand, the Han clan, Gu clan, and the 5 superclans who had a deep grudge with Su Chen were rejoicing at this moment. At first, when their clansmen were chased out, they were also very angry. However, looking at the fate of the remaining people, they felt much more fortunate. Su Chen did not help. Instead, his gaze fell on Yang Xioli. When Su Chen's gaze swept over her, Yang Xioli felt as if she was being stared at by a demon. She immediately felt a chill all over her body and involuntarily stepped back.
If you dare to move again, I'll make you beg for death.
Su Chen stopped Yang Xioli with a cold voice and then asked, "Tell me, did the bastard heaven-scattering Taoist ask you to hurt me?" "What heaven-scattering Taoist?"
"I don't know,"
Yang Xioli said anxiously. "I'm giving you face but you don't want it." With a cold look in his eyes, Su Chen suddenly released his spiritual force and pressed Yang Xioli to the ground. "Su Chen, I'm a member of the Hidden Spirit Sect. If you kill me, the Hidden Spirit Sect will not let you go."
Yang Xioli turned pale with fright and shouted loudly.
"The Hidden Spirit Sect is nothing. I'll eradicate it sooner or later." With a look of disdain, Su Chen manipulated his spiritual force and directly crushed one of Yang Xioli's arms.
"Ah!"
Yang Xioli screamed in pain and her whole face was distorted. "I'll give you another chance. Did heaven-scattering Taoist ask you to do this?" Su Chen stared at Yang Xioli with a murderous look. Chapter 1037. It's heaven-scattering Taoist who sent me to kill you." Yang Xioli was much more obedient this time and didn't dare to talk back. After learning who was behind this, Su Chen killed Yang Xioli with one punch and then began to collect the fragments and the scattered divine weapons. On the other side, the golden puppet returned to Su Chen's side after killing all the fleeing sages of the alien tribes. Qi Mufeng and the others also gathered around Su Chen. It was also at this moment that the outer defensive barrier began to slowly dissipate, and golden runes began to descend from the sky. These golden runes were the accessories to enter the Void Secret Land. They seemed to be very intelligent and fell on Su Chen and the others one after another, disappearing without a trace. Su Chen opened the chaos space and found that Wu Yazi and the others had also obtained golden runes, so he was relieved.
"Let's go."
After collecting the fragments and divine weapons, Su Chen asked everyone to leave.
"Su Chen, something's not right."
Qi Mufeng pointed forward and reminded him. Su Chen glanced forward and saw a group of alien tribes, led by Fan Xian, gathered together and staring at him covetously. "Wait here. I'll go and take a look." Su Chen reminded them and walked forward slowly. He could guess that Fan Xian and the others must be planning to take revenge on him. After all, he had killed all the Fan family members before. "Su Chen, How dare you kill the Fan family members? How dare you? Are you going to kill yourself or force us to do it? A short old man stood next to Fan Xian and stared at Su Chen with cold eyes. He was the other sage level 6 stage expert of the Fan family, Fan Xiong. When he received the news that the Fan family's disciples had been slaughtered by Su Chen, he immediately rushed here to kill Su Chen and avenge the Fan family's disciples. Fan Xiong, is your Fan family going to break the rules? Shang Chuishan came to Su Chen's side and asked Fan Xiong coldly. According to the rules of the past, the participants of the Grand Tournament of Starry Sky had to rely on their own abilities, regardless of life or death. No matter who killed him, he could not seek revenge on the other party. By doing so, the Fan family had clearly broken the rules. What rules? Su Chen dared to kill a member of the Fan family, so he must pay with his life. Fan Xian said disdainfully. When Shang Chuishan still wanted to speak, Su Chen interrupted. Senior, let me handle this matter. As he spoke, he swept his gaze over Fan Xian and the others. Aside from the Fan family, who else wants to kill me? The other party thought that he could defeat him just because he was a 6th stage saint. He was too arrogant. If anyone showed up, he planned to clean them up as well. Su Chen, you've committed all kinds of evil and are extremely cruel. Who knows how many of our people you've killed? Our Han family will not let you off. An old man with small eyes shouted loudly. Su Chen, he is Han Jianyi of the Han family, a 6th stage saint. Shang Chuishan reminded. The Han family, the Fan family. Su Chen thought for a moment, then narrowed his eyes. Is there anyone else who wants to kill me? The Gu family is one of them. Gu Chun, the ancestor of the Gu family, stepped forward and shouted. He himself was a 6th level Saint Realm expert. Shang Chuishan saw this and his expression became very serious. 4 6th stage Saint level experts wanted to kill Su Chen. Even if he helped, it would be difficult to save Su Chen's life. The only thing he could do now was to let Su Chen escape. It was a bit embarrassing, but it was better than losing his life. As long as there was life, there was hope. When he was strong enough, he could take revenge. Chapter 1038. Thinking of this, Shang Chuishan whispered to Su Chen. Su Chen, I'll hold them back in a bit. Hurry and run away. Su Chen understood what Shang Chuishan meant, but was it possible for him to run away without a fight? Senior, don't worry. They're just a few ants. They won't be able to do anything. Su Chen smiled faintly. Ants? In Su Chen's eyes, a Saint level 6 was just an ant? Shang Chuishan's mouth was slightly agape, his expression somewhat sluggish. Apart from those from the Fan, Han, and Gu families, everyone else should back off. Don't get splashed with blood. Su Chen shouted, then turned to Shang Chuishan. Senior, you should leave as well. Shang Chuishan was stupefied. Judging from Su Chen's tone, it sounded like he was going to slaughter the 3 families. But Su Chen was only a 3rd stage saint. Even if he had the help of a 5th stage saint puppet, he still wouldn't be a match for him. At the same time, whispers could be heard from all around. Su Chen is really crazy. He actually wants to challenge the people of the 3 big families? Who gave him the courage? This guy has always been this arrogant ever since he made his debut. But this time, his arrogance has come to an end. Su Chen was only a 3rd stage saint, but he wanted to fight 4 6th stage saints head-on. The onlookers all agreed that Su Chen would die without a doubt. The members of the 5 super races also gathered together to discuss the matter. The Night Demon ancestor whispered, "This is the perfect opportunity to kill Su Chen. Should we make a move?" It is indeed a good opportunity. Su Chen killed so many of our clansmen. We can't let him go so easily. The Dharma clan, Sacred Devil clan, and God clan all agreed. The Undead clan ancestor pondered for a moment, then slowly said, although Su Chen is unscrupulous in his actions, he's always been certain of victory. Since he made his debut, he's never been defeated. Do you think he'd dare to fight 6 stage saints without any trump cards or preparations? The Night Demon ancestor and the others' expressions all changed at the same time. Since Su Chen's debut, he'd killed countless powerhouses from the continent to the void. But no one had been able to suppress him. Moreover, Su Chen seemed to be careless, but in fact, he was prepared. None of those who didn't take Su Chen seriously had a good ending. Just like this time, almost no one thought that Su Chen would win.
But the more they were, the more they became alarmed.
Let's just wait and see. Don't get involved, the Night Demon Clan's ancestor said cautiously. The other four agreed. Su Chen, it looks like you're going to fight with us? Fan Xian stared at Su Chen and laughed maniacally. The way he saw it, Su Chen wouldn't be able to escape if 4 6th-stage saints joined hands. He was just being stubborn. Su Chen's mouth twitched and he said disdainfully, "Do you think you're qualified to fight him? You're just a bunch of dead people." As soon as these words were spoken, everyone was shocked.
No wonder he was the god of slaughter. No matter what, he was always so arrogant.
The onlookers sighed with emotion. How arrogant! Fan Xiang and the others were furious. They didn't want to let Su Chen continue to be so arrogant. Immediately, an unparalleled murderous aura spread out from their bodies. Seeing that a great battle was about to break out, the onlookers quickly retreated, afraid that they'd be caught in the crossfire. Su Chen didn't move at all. His expression didn't change at all. He gave off the feeling of a deep abyss and a lofty mountain peak. Just as Fan Xiang and the others were about to make a move, Su Chen's body suddenly rose up, and in the blink of an eye, he became 10 feet tall. At the same time, his aura climbed steadily. After breaking through to 4th stage saint level, he rose to 5th stage saint level. Fan Xian and the others were 6th stage saints, after all. Su Chen didn't let his guard down. He spent 120,000 energy points to exchange for a level 15 full attribute fragment. His cultivation base rose to the 4th level of the saint rank, and after using the Atlas shape-shifting technique, he soared to the 5th level of the saint rank. Chapter 1039. Oh my God! Su Chen has reached the 5th stage of the saint level. How did he do it? Seeing this scene, there were cries of surprise all around. They saw clearly that Su Chen was only at the 3rd stage of the saint level, but he had reached the 5th stage in the blink of an eye. He was extremely surprised and incredulous. At the same time, he understood why Su Chen dared to challenge a 6th stage saint level. It turned out that he had a trump card that could allow him to advance at any time. Qi Qingchuan and the others were stunned for a moment, then became excited. Su Chen's combat strength was far superior to his peers. Killing enemies of a higher level was as easy as eating and drinking. After reaching the 5th stage of the saint level, he could completely crush Fan Xian and the others. This guy really came prepared. The people of the 5 superclans sighed with lingering fear. They had wanted to hit Su Chen when he was down. Fortunately, they had listened to the ancestor of the undead clan and didn't act rashly. Otherwise, they would have been slaughtered by Su Chen. Fan Xian and the others' expressions changed. Su Chen's advancement to the 5th stage of the saint level was completely beyond their expectations and made them feel heavy pressure. A person's reputation was like a tree's shadow. Su Chen's reputation for killing enemies of a higher level had long been spread. Could they still kill Su Chen? At this moment, Fan Xian and the others were a little uneasy. But at this point, it was impossible to stop halfway. Even if they didn't kill Su Chen wouldn't let them go. So there was only one way left, and that was to kill Su Chen. He's only at the 5th stage of the saint level. There's nothing to be afraid of. Let's work together and kill him. Fan Xiang forced himself to be spirited, roared, and rushed towards Su Chen.
Han Jenny and the others also understood the reason.
They gritted their teeth and followed closely behind Fan Xiang. You're overestimating yourselves. Su Chen's lips curled into a disdainful smile. Just as Fan Xian and the other 3 charged closer, 100 long swords with lightning suddenly appeared above his head. Every single one of them emanated terrifying lightning energy fluctuations. Shockingly, they had all reached the level of sacred artifacts. Oh my God! All of them were sacred swords. When the 100 sacred swords appeared, everyone was stunned. They had all seen holy swords before, but to have 100 of them appear at once, the shock it brought to them was incomparable. How did he do it? Fan Xian widened his eyes. His eyes were filled with a deep fear. He really couldn't imagine how one person could control 100 saint swords. If these 100 sacred swords were to attack them, Even if they had heaven-defying methods, they could forget about surviving. Gu Chun was scared out of his wits. After a slight hesitation, he turned around and fled. Wait for your death. Su Chen would not let any of them go. He pointed at the 4 of them from a distance. Immediately, the 100 lightning-attributed sacred swords slashed down. As they flew, they constantly gathered together like a river of stars, emitting a bright light and terrifying destructive power. Fight it out with him. Fan Xiang roared desperately and quickly pulled out a shield that was about 10 feet in size to block in front of him. He knew very well that it was too late to escape now. The only way was to fight to the death. But, can you block it? Facing the extremely terrifying 100 swords as one killing move, Fan Xian's heart completely collapsed. He stood there in a daze. Han Jianyi was also scared out of his wits. Like Gu Chun, he turned around and ran. However, under the cover of the 100 swords as one, everything they did was futile. The next moment, accompanied by a loud explosion, the lightning-attributed sacred swords that had merged into one slashed down rapidly. Fan Xiang and the other 3 were all turned into dust. Not even their bones were left. Chapter 1040. When the smoke dissipated, the surroundings fell into a suffocating silence. Everyone was dumbfounded. They looked at Su Chen with deep respect and fear. Killing 4 6th-level saint-rank powerhouses in one move, Su Chen's strength was displayed to the fullest. This caused everyone to fall into a deep state of shock. Su Chen put away the shards and the 100 swords, then looked around. Wherever he looked, everyone was as silent as cicadas in winter, not daring to breathe too loudly. They were afraid that any unexpected movement would attract Su Chen's attention and invite death. Su Chen glanced around and finally set his eyes on the people of the Fan family. Although they were dead, there were still others from the Fan, Han, and Gu families. When Su Chen's eyes swept over them, the Fan family felt their hearts turn cold. They knew very well that Su Chen would not let them go. So, without a word, they scattered and fled. However, it was wishful thinking for them to escape from Su Chen's hands. Su Chen's feet moved, disappearing from the spot like a ghost. Screams of agony could be heard all around. In less than a minute, the Fan family's 3 major factions were all killed. Seeing this, the people around felt their scalps go numb and their hearts become uneasy. They were all worried that Su Chen would attack them as well. After Su Chen returned to where he was, he narrowed his eyes and looked at the people of the 5 major races. His eyes flashed with cold light. Su Chen, we didn't do anything to you. Being glanced at by Su Chen, the ancestor of the Night Demon clan was scared to death and said in a trembling voice. The 5 major races did have a deep grudge against Su Chen, but after suffering a few losses, they behaved themselves. Even in the Void tournament, their clansmen had done as Su Chen ordered. If Su Chen still did not let them go, they would really want to cry. Since you didn't provoke me, why are you feeling guilty? Su Chen snorted. The Night Demon ancestor gulped and thought to himself, how many people wouldn't feel guilty after being targeted by a killing god like you? However, he could only grumble in his heart. He did not dare to say it in front of Su Chen. Hand over all your sacred artifacts and scram. Su Chen glanced at the people of the 5 super races and shouted coldly. Although the people of the 5 super races had been very well behaved recently, they had still offended him before. Even if he didn't kill them, he had to make them pay a price. The saint-level ancestors of the 5 super races looked at each other and handed over their saint weapons without any hesitation. They all knew that Su Chen was taking the opportunity to cause trouble. If they didn't hand it over, Su Chen would definitely make a move. Although saint artifacts were precious, they were just worldly possessions after all. In order to save his life, he could only do as Su Chen said. After collecting the saint artifacts, Su Chen said lightly, "Scram!" The people of the 5 super races fled as if they had been pardoned. Su Chen then took out the intelligent war chariot and asked Qi Qingchuan and the others to get on. Satoshi, return to the Void Fortress. After everyone got on, Su Chen ordered. Yes. The intelligent war chariot sped up and flew straight to the Void Fortress. When the alien tribe saw the intelligent war chariot disappear from their sight, they all breathed a sigh of relief. Brother Qi, When will the Void Secret Land open? On the way back, Su Chen asked. 1 month, Qi Mufeng said straightforwardly. 1 month. Su Chen pondered for a moment. His eyes gradually narrowed and then he asked, where is the Hidden Spirit Sect? The Hidden Spirit Sect was instructed by heaven-scattering Taoists to send people to kill him. With his temper, he would not let them go. Chapter 1041. It's at least half a month away from here. Qi Mufeng thought for a moment and replied. Is there a transmission formation to the Hidden Spirit Sect? Su Chen asked. The Void Secret Land would open in a month. If they went to the Hidden Spirit Sect by normal means, they would probably be delayed. We don't have one on our side, but there is a transmission formation to the Gusaray City and Blacktooth City, and the Gusaray City is only a few days away from the Hidden Spirit Sect. After Qi Mufeng finished speaking, he asked with some concern, Su Chen, are you going to eradicate the Hidden Spirit Sect? With Su Chen's style of doing things, there was a great possibility that he would do so. However, although the Hidden Spirit Sect was a force that sold information, there were also masters in charge. Otherwise, they would not have been able to stand in the void for so long. The Hidden Spirit Sect is probably the force of the heaven-scattering Taoist. I have to get rid of it, Su Chen said straightforwardly. Hearing that, Qi Mufeng did not try to persuade him. He knew about the matter between Su Chen and the heaven-scattering Taoist. Since the heaven-scattering Taoist sent the people of the Hidden Spirit Sect to kill Su Chen, it was understandable that Su Chen would destroy the Hidden Spirit Sect. Behind, Su Chen sat in the driver's seat and began to sort out the fragments and the holy weapons that he had snatched. As for going to the Hidden Spirit Sect, he had to send Qi Qingchuan and the others back to the Void Fortress first. 1 day later, Su Chen sorted out the fragments and converted most of the holy weapons into energy points. The total number of energy points reached more than 700,000, which broke the record again. However, as his cultivation continued to rise, the number of points to exchange for the fragments of all attributes also rose. 1. Level 16 All Attributes. Fragment was worth 200,000 energy points. Su Chen estimated that the fragments of level 17 all attributes might exceed 300,000. Therefore, although the energy points seemed to be a lot, they could only be exchanged for 2 fragments of all attributes. After some consideration, Su Chen finally kept 600,000 energy points as a backup and exchanged the rest for Constitution Potion. Then, he opened the pet feeding space to observe the promotion of the spiritual pets. After absorbing the energy of the Kongming Stone, under the effect of the time accelerator, all the spiritual pets improved rapidly and reached the 3rd stage of the Saint stage. However, the amount of Kongming Stone was limited. Now, less than a quarter of the original amount was left. Su Chen estimated that the Flaming Phoenix and other spiritual pets could only reach the 4th stage of the Saint rank at most. As for the awakened mythological beast, it was already at the 6th level of the Saint rank. As for the 3 mystical fires, after devouring a large amount of black pure stones, they had reached the 3rd level of the Saint rank. Reaching the 4th level of the Saint rank was just around the corner. Su Chen was very satisfied with this result. Then he closed the pet raising space and began to close his eyes to rest. 2 days later, the intelligent chariot returned to the Void Fortress. After putting down Qi Qingchuan and the others, it quickly set off for Blacktooth City. Qi Mufeng, Qi Muxue, and Qi Muyu followed. When they were on the mainland, they followed Su Chen everywhere. Now, they didn't want to be separated from Su Chen. Su Chen didn't care about this. On the way, Su Chen took out 3 bottles of Constitution Potion and gave them to Qi Mufeng and the others. Su Chen, what is this? Qi Mufeng asked. It's a potion that can help you quickly advance to the next level, Su Chen explained. Advance to the next level? Qi Mufeng and the others were surprised. The greatest ambition of a cultivator was to advance to the next level. Knowing that they could quickly advance to the next level, the 3 of them almost roared with excitement. Su Chen, thank you. Qi Muxue expressed her gratitude excitedly. Su Chen nodded slightly and said lightly, do well, there will be more later. Qi Muxue's eyes suddenly lit up and she nodded wildly. Chapter 1042. 3 days later, a huge city appeared in front of the intelligent war chariot. It was Blacktooth City. Su Chen, are we going in just like this? Chi Mufeng asked nervously. Blacktooth City was the territory of the void beasts after all. Was it really okay to swagger in like this? Don't worry, no one will stop us. Su Chen smiled faintly. The last time he passed through the teleportation formation in Blacktooth City, he was only a second-stage saint rank. He killed 2 saint-level void beasts in Blacktooth City, and the city lord, Wei Yong, didn't even dare to fart. He even extorted 2 black stones from him. Now that he was a 4th-stage saint rank, Wei Yong was like a mouse seeing a cat when he saw him. Satoshi, enter the city. Su Chen waved his hand and gave the order. Yes. The intelligent war chariot quickly flew into Blacktooth City, found the hall where the teleportation formation was and flew down. The sudden intrusion of the intelligent war chariot immediately plunged Blacktooth City into chaos. Soon, a large number of void beasts appeared around the intelligent war chariot and surrounded it. Let's go down. Su Chen called out and slowly walked out of the chariot. Chi Mufeng and the other 2 followed closely behind. After getting out of the chariot, Su Chen put away the intelligent war chariot and glanced around. He said in a commanding tone, "Tell Wei Yong to come and see me." "Human, who do you think you are? How dare you ask our city lord to come and see you? Do you want to die?" As soon as Su Chen finished speaking, a level 10 void beast pointed at Su Chen's nose and cursed. The void beasts around also stared at Su Chen covetously, their eyes full of anger and hostility. Su Chen narrowed his eyes and glanced at the level 10 void beast. Then he released his mental power and pulled it in front of him. Then, under the horrified gaze of the void beasts, he slapped it to death. He was a saint-level existence. Seeing that Su Chen had casually killed a level 10 void beast, the crowd gasped. Knowing that Su Chen was a saint, the surrounding void beasts were terrified and kept retreating. But at this moment, a void beast suddenly screamed, "Oh no, he's Su Chen of the human race." Last time, when Su Chen's brain was in Blacktooth City, this void beast had seen Su Chen once, so it quickly recognized him. Su Chen. Was he the god of slaughter Su Chen? A stone stirred up 1,000 ripples. After learning Su Chen's true identity, there was a layer of extreme fear all around. All of the void beasts started to tremble, and their eyes were filled with deep fear as they looked at Su Chen. Su Chen's name resounded like thunder. Wherever the rumor reached, it would set off a storm of blood. The last time he came to Blacktooth City, he had killed 2 saint-level void beasts. What was the purpose of this visit? Was he going to massacre the city? Su Chen, don't be so arrogant. Suddenly, a loud roar drifted over from afar. Su Chen focused his gaze and saw 2 saint-level void beasts shooting over. One of them was Blacktooth City's city lord, Wei Yong. Wei Yong is a little bold. Su Chen murmured, quietly waiting for the arrival of these 2 people. After Wei Yong and the saint-level void beast came close, they coldly glanced at Su Chen and questioned, "Su Chen, how dare you? Last time you came to Blacktooth City to do evil, I let you go once. This time, you dare to be so presumptuous. Do you really think I can't deal with you? You're quite good at pretending." Su Chen looked at Wei Yong, smiled contemptuously, and then mocked. "Last time, when I killed 2 of your saint-level void beasts in Blacktooth City, you didn't even dare to fart. Now you think you can show off in front of me with one more helper?" Chapter 1043. You! Wei Yang's face turned red and white. He was so angry that the corners of his mouth trembled. Although Su Chen's words were unpleasant to hear, it was the truth. For a moment, he didn't know how to refute. "Su Chen, I heard that you killed many of our clansmen not long after entering the void. A few days ago, you even killed 2 sage-level existences here. Is that true?" The sage-level void beast beside Wei Yong glanced at Su Chen and questioned coldly. "That is indeed the case," Su Chen admitted generously. The other party was obviously denouncing him. But so what? With his current strength, only a 6th-stage sage-level void beast could give him some pressure. And judging from the aura of the void beast that spoke, it was only a 5th-stage sage level. It was no exaggeration to say that it could crush it with one hand. "Since you admitted it, You have to pay the price. How do you want to die? The void beast at the 5th stage of the saint rank looked as if it was going to eat Su Chen. Obviously, it was very uninformed. It definitely didn't know about Su Chen's massacre in the void tournament. Otherwise, it wouldn't dare to speak in such a tone. Su Chen curled his lips and said disdainfully, "There are too many people who want to kill me. So far, no one has been able to do it. Trash like you are even more delusional." Shameless boasting. Wei Yong rebuked angrily and said loudly, "Su Chen, don't think too highly of yourself. Do you know what kind of existence you are facing? He is Lord Suo Piao, a 5th stage sage-level existence." A touch of arrogance appeared on Suo Piao's face. He shouted coldly at Su Chen, "Su Chen, kneel down and beg for my forgiveness. I may consider leaving your corpse intact." Is the void beast's brain flooded with water? Qi Mufeng and the other two looked at Suo Piao as if they were looking at an idiot. Su Chen could even kill a 6th stage sage level at will. How dare Suo Piao ask Su Chen to kneel down? He was simply courting death. Su Chen rubbed his nose and walked slowly toward Suo Piao. Since the other party didn't know what was good for him, he could only kill him. Seeing Su Chen's self-satisfied expression, Suo Piao frowned slightly. But he didn't think too much about it. He clenched his huge fist and smashed it toward Su Chen's face. Su Chen turned a blind eye to this. When the opponent's fist was about to hit him, he suddenly released his mental strength. His cultivation had advanced to the 4th stage of the sacred rank, and he had eaten the essence fruit twice. His spiritual power had already surpassed the 5th stage of the sacred rank, and he could easily bind Jaggery. "You're Suo Piao." Suo Piao's Suo Piao was shocked Suo by Suo Piao Piao. Suo Piao's Piao. Sensing the violent aura emitted by Su Chen, Wei Yong was so scared that his entire body trembled. Only now did he realize why Su Chen was not afraid at all. So it was because of the advancement of his cultivation. But the last time they met, Su Chen was clearly only a 2nd-level saint. How did he manage to level up twice in just a few months? This was too inconceivable. After binding Rugged, Su Chen moved and appeared in front of Rugged like a ghost. Then, under Rugged's terrified gaze, he grabbed him by the neck. Woo-woo! Jaggy was so scared that his face turned white. He wanted to beg Su Chen for mercy, but Su Chen choked him so hard that he couldn't speak. "I've already told you that you're trash, but you didn't believe me." Su Chen sneered, and then broke the skinny neck with one hand. Crack! His bony neck tilted, and he fell to the ground like a pile of mud. His life aura was completely gone, and he died just like that. Chapter 1044. Suddenly, the whole place fell silent. All the void beasts were dumbfounded, looking at Su Chen with eyes full of deep horror. They would never have thought that the Saint Ranker, a 5th-level Saint Ranker, would not even have the power to resist under Su Chen's hands and be easily killed. Su Chen's strength completely shocked them. How could this be? Wei Yang's face was full of bitterness as he murmured. He never thought that Su Chen would be so strong. With the death of Rugged Bone, his fate could be imagined. Because with Su Chen's style of doing things, he would definitely not let him go. Thinking of this, Wei Yong collapsed to the ground powerlessly, his face full of despair. "If you knew it would come to this, why did you do it in the first place?" Su Chen shook his head and stepped forward. "Su Chen, can you give me another chance? I can give you compensation, a lot of compensation." Wei Yong trembled and begged for mercy. Although he knew that the possibility of Su Chen letting him go was not great, he still had to fight for it. "Forget it. You'd better go down with Rugged Bone." Su Chen curled his lips and stomped his foot. With a loud bang, Wei Yang's whole body burst into a blood mist. Not even his bones were left. Hiss! Witnessing this scene, there was a sound of cold air being sucked in. All the void beasts began to feel uneasy, and a great panic spread in their hearts. It was rumored that Su Chen's favorite thing was to destroy cities and exterminate clans. He had just destroyed Maguang City a few days ago. Then, would he take the opportunity to uproot Blacktooth City? If it were any other time, Su Chen would have destroyed Blacktooth City without mercy. But now he was in a hurry to rush to the hidden spirit sect and had no time to waste here. After collecting the fragments,
He glanced around and finally his eyes fell on a first-level Saint-rank void beast and said lightly, "You come here." Being called out by Su Chen personally, the void beast of the first level of the Saint rank felt its heart stop beating. After hesitating for a moment, he braced himself and walked to Su Chen's side. He respectfully asked, "Senior, what can I do for you? Is there a teleportation array that leads to Wild Goose Array City?" Su Chen glanced at the other party and asked. "Yes." The void beast hastily replied. "Take me to that teleportation array," Su Chen said in an unquestionable tone. With that, he roared at the surrounding void beasts. "Get lost if you don't want to die." In order to ensure absolute safety during the teleportation process, the surroundings had to be cleaned up. Immediately, all the void beasts scrambled to escape, and they all disappeared in the blink of an eye. The void beast led Su Chen and the others into the teleportation hall. When they arrived in front of a teleportation array, the void beast said respectfully to Su Chen, "Senior, this teleportation array leads to Wild Goose Array City. You can leave now," Su Chen said coldly. "Thank you, Senior." The void beast felt as if he had been pardoned. He expressed his gratitude and fled the place. After he left, Su Chen called Qi Mufeng and the others to enter the teleportation array. Then, he activated the teleportation array. After a moment of dizziness, Su Chen's vision gradually became clear. He found himself in another hall. In the hall, there were 3 void beasts sizing him up with surprised and bewildered gazes. "The 3 of you, this should be Wild Goose Array City, right?" Su Chen smiled faintly and walked down the teleportation array slowly. "Human, who are you? Why are you here?" One of the void beasts was stunned for a moment. After regaining his senses, he shouted at Su Chen. Chapter 1045. It doesn't matter who I am. You just have to tell me if this is Goose Array City. Su Chen rubbed his nose and said calmly, "Since you don't want to tell me, then die." The void beast that spoke had a ferocious expression. He roared and charged toward Su Chen. His cultivation had reached level 1 of the sage level. Seeing that Su Chen was young and a weak human, he didn't dare to attack. Therefore, he didn't take Su Chen seriously at all. "Why do you have to force me to attack?" Su Chen sighed. Then, he threw out a punch. The sound of something breaking through the air reverberated in the hall. Bang! What followed was the sound of an explosion. The void beast that charged towards Su Chen was blasted into pieces. What level is he at? The remaining 2 void beasts were dumbfounded. They stood on the spot and couldn't stop trembling. Su Chen had smashed a void beast at the first level of the sacred rank with a single punch. This was an unprecedented shock to them. At this moment, their hearts were filled with fear. Is this Goose Array City? After Su Chen collected the fragments, his gaze fell on the 2 void beasts as he questioned them. "Senior, this is Goose Array City." One of the void beasts swallowed his saliva with difficulty and replied with a trembling voice. Su Chen nodded slightly and didn't pay any more attention to him. He turned around and led Qi Mufeng and the other 2 out of the hall. When the 4 of them walked out of the hall, there were a few sounds of something breaking through the air. Then, a few void beasts flew over. The teleportation hall was an important place in Goose Array City. Su Chen killed a sage-level void beast here, causing a huge commotion. The sage-level void beasts in Goose Array City naturally came over to see what was going on. Cultivators from the myriad races. When they saw the appearance of Su Chen and the other 3, the void beasts were stunned. Wild Goose Array City was the territory of the void beasts. How could the cultivators of the myriad races appear here? Also, where did they teleport from? A 5th-level Saint-level void beast glanced at Su Chen's group and said coldly, "Why are you here? Give me a reasonable explanation, or I'll tear you to shreds." Su Chen stepped forward and said calmly, "We came from Blacktooth City. We're just passing through. Don't get too excited. Borrow the path." Could Blacktooth City allow the practitioners of all races to pass through the transmission array? The void beast's expression froze, then it said fiercely, "Brat, do you take me for a fool? If you don't tell me the truth, don't blame me for being rude." Su Chen rubbed his nose and smiled contemptuously. "You better keep a low profile in front of me. Otherwise,
I might bring destruction to your Wild Goose Array City. Entering Wild Goose Array City was actually just a matter of passing through. If the other party was tactful, he would leave. However, if the other party didn't know what was good for them and insisted on looking for trouble, they could only go on a killing spree. Haha! As soon as Su Chen's words fell, the void beasts laughed wildly. Brat, you really know how to show off. Do you know where this is? Are you tired of living? A third-level saint-level void beast mocked Su Chen mercilessly. The other void beasts also looked at Su Chen as if they were looking at a fool. It was as if Su Chen was just a lamb waiting to be slaughtered in their eyes. They could kill him at any time. Deputy City Lord, this human killed one of our saint-level clansmen. However, at this moment, 2 void beasts in the transmission hall rushed out and told the 5th-level saint-level void beast what had just happened. Previously, they were scared out of their wits by Su Chen's strength. However, after the appearance of the 5th-level saint-level void beast, they became fearless. Chapter 1046. Human, how dare you kill our clansman? How dare you? Hearing this, the void beast flew into a rage. It glared at Su Chen with a bone-chilling gaze. I've already killed them. Why are you talking so much nonsense? Su Chen curled his lips and replied disdainfully. Ha ha! The void beast was not angry. Instead, he laughed and said, Boy, you've successfully angered me. I'll make you wish you were dead. As soon as he finished speaking, he signaled the void beast with his eyes. The latter understood tacitly and with a ferocious look, he pounced straight at Su Chen. Boy, this is what you get for acting tough. The void beast was as fast as lightning. He appeared in front of Su Chen in the blink of an eye. Then he stretched out his claws, which were emitting an evil light, and grabbed at Su Chen's face. You don't know what's good for you. Su Chen snorted and punched out. When the fist and the claw collided, a violent explosion shook the heavens and the earth. The void beast broke inch by inch, starting from his palm. Soon, it spread to all parts of his body. Finally, he was smashed into pieces. Hiss! The void beasts were indescribably horrified when they saw this, and they all gasped in unison. The void beast's heart skipped a beat, and a solemn look flashed across his face. He could easily kill a first-level saint-rank void beast. However, he could never smash it into pieces with one punch like Su Chen did. Because the void beast's body was extremely strong. He could only do that if he had great strength. Thus, it could be seen that Su Chen's strength had reached an incredible level. His strength was probably not inferior to his. Human, who are you? The void beast asked coldly. After knowing that Su Chen was a powerful cultivator, he stopped looking down on him. I'm the one who's going to kill you. Su Chen didn't pay any attention to him. With a move of his feet, he charged straight at the other party. Since it was the other party who made the first move, there was no need for him to show mercy. Arrogant! The 5th-level saint-rank void beast flew into a rage. It grabbed a pitch-black giant axe and chopped down at Su Chen. From Su Chen's aura, he judged that Su Chen was a 4th-level saint-rank cultivator. So what if his strength far exceeded those of the same level? How could he be a match for a 5th-stage Saint Realm expert? Su Chen turned a blind eye to the incoming axe. His palm glowed with a faint golden light as he reached out to grab it. Seeing this, the void beast was stunned for a moment before it became overjoyed. His giant axe was a very high-grade saint artifact. It was incomparably sharp. Su Chen actually dared to use his physical body to resist. This was simply throwing an egg at a rock. The other void beasts also had the same idea. At this moment, they were looking at Su Chen as if they were looking at a dead man. In their opinion, as long as the axe fell, Su Chen would definitely be split in half. Qi Mufeng and the other two were smiling. They weren't worried about Su Chen at all. They had all witnessed the strength of Su Chen's physical body with their own eyes. He even dared to resist the sword-wielding Taoist saint artifact. A mere giant axe was nothing to him. Bang! Accompanied by the sound of metal clashing, the pitch-black giant axe heavily chopped down on Su Chen's palm. However, the scene of Su Chen being chopped into pieces didn't appear as they had expected. The pitch-black giant axe seemed to have chopped down on a hard piece of metal. Not only did it not cause any damage to Su Chen, but it was also firmly grasped in his hand, unable to move at all. How is this possible? Witnessing this incredible scene, all the void beasts were stunned. Chapter 1047. The fifth stage saint-level void beast's heart was in turmoil. He couldn't imagine how a weak human could have such a strong physical body and strength. While he was in a daze, he suddenly felt a huge force coming at him. Then, the giant axe in his hand was snatched away by Su Chen. You! The void beast looked at Su Chen in horror, and it couldn't help but take a few steps back. Without the sacred weapon, his combat strength was at least halved. He was definitely no match for Su Chen. At this moment, the thought of escaping immediately appeared in his mind. Not bad. Su Chen looked at the giant axe in his hand and then threw it into his storage bag. This giant axe was of high quality. If it was broken down and converted, he could get at least 7,000 to 8,000 energy points. He was quite satisfied. After putting away the giant axe, Su Chen looked at the void beast and said indifferently, "Didn't you want to kill me? Why are you scared?" Gulp. The fifth stage saint-rank void beast swallowed his saliva, and his face was filled with fear. The sacred weapon was taken away. How could he kill Su Chen? Human, this is Wild Gooseray City after all. We still have a level 6 saint-level expert. Don't be too arrogant. Afraid that Su Chen would attack him, the void beast quickly pointed out that there were still experts in Wild Gooseray City to make Su Chen afraid. Su Chen curled his lips and said with a contemptuous smile, "A level 6 saint level is also an ant in my eyes. I'll kill one if one comes." You! The void beast wanted to curse Su Chen for boasting shamelessly, but under Su Chen's gaze, it didn't dare to open its mouth. Human, do you really think that there are no experts in Wild Gooseray City? Suddenly, a dignified voice drifted over. As soon as he finished speaking, an abnormally tall void beast shot over rapidly. Its entire body was exuding a strong murderous aura. This void beast was precisely the Wild Gooseray City's City Lord Duanzong, a 6th level saint rank expert. 6th level saint realm. Sensing the berserk aura emitted from Duanzang's body, the expressions of Qi Mufeng and the other two changed slightly. Su Chen's expression did not change. He sized up Duanzong and said with a smile, "You finally came out. I thought you would continue to be a coward." Before coming here, he had heard from Qi Mufeng that there was a 6th-stage saint-ranked void beast in Gooseray City. The reason why he wasn't in a hurry to kill the other void beasts was because he wanted the 6th-stage saint-rank void beast to show itself. Only then would he be able to capture all of them in one fell swoop and obtain even more fragments. A mere level 4 saint-level human dares to behave atrociously in my Wild Gooseray City. You do have some guts. Duanzong glanced at Su Chen, and a cold light suddenly shot out from his eyes. He said coldly, "However, those who dare to behave atrociously in my Wild Gooseray City will not have a good ending. You are no exception." As soon as he finished speaking, a cruel smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. His brows furrowed, and he released a majestic mental power, directly crushing toward Su Chen. He is actually a spirit reader. Su Chen was somewhat surprised. Void beasts were known for their strong physical bodies. The void beasts he had killed in the past were all evolvers. This was the first time he encountered a void beast that cultivated mental power. "Kid, let's see how you are going to act cool this time." Seeing that Duanzong was personally making a move, the other void beasts all thought that Su Chen was definitely going to die this time. They all sneered. "Competing with me in mental power? You are too naive." The corner of Su Chen's mouth twitched slightly, and he instantly used Atlas shape-shifting technique. When his body rose to a height of 10 feet, he quickly released his mind power. Chapter 1048. Level 5 Saint Stage. Spirit Reader. Seeing that Su Chen's cultivation had risen to level 5 Saint Stage, and he was also a spirit reader, Duanzong was slightly moved, but he quickly recovered. After all, he was one level higher than Su Chen, and he had absolute confidence in his own spirit power. Su Chen competing with him in spirit power was tantamount to hitting a rock with an egg. In the next moment, two violent spirit powers collided. Duanzhang's expression suddenly changed. He clearly felt that Su Chen's spirit power was like a vast ocean, crushing his spirit power inch by inch. Why is it like this? Duanzhang was stunned, his eyes filled with disbelief. Su Chen's level was clearly one level lower than his. Why was his spirit power crushing him? Of course, he didn't know that Su Chen had consumed the essence origin fruit twice, and his spirit power was even more powerful than a level 6 saint stage. Being crushed all the way without any preparation was also within reason. Duanzhang, who reacted, felt a chill in his heart, and was about to smash Su Chen's spirit power with his fist. But he saw Su Chen punch out from afar. Suddenly, he felt his spirit tremble, and a sense of loss appeared in his mind, and he immediately fell into an illusion. Also at this time, a purple light flashed under Su Chen's feet, and he disappeared in an instant. When he appeared again, he was already in front of Duanzhang. Then, he smashed down with a small 5-colored mountain that was 10 feet in size. A loud rumbling sound rang out. Duanzhang was drowned in it. The city lord is dead? The void beasts in the surroundings were stunned, and even wondered if they were dreaming. Duanzhang was a level 6 saint stage existence, and he was also an evolver and spirit reader. In their hearts, he had always been an invincible existence. How could he be so easily killed by a human? It must be an illusion. It must not be real. The void beasts couldn't accept this reality. They rubbed their eyes and looked at Duanzhang's original position. But at this time, Su Chen put away the primary 5 extremes mountain. A pile of flesh quickly appeared on the ground, and judging from the remnants of the clothes, it was Duanzhang's. When they saw this, an extremely intense feeling of fear spread through the hearts of the spatial beasts. At this moment, they all clearly realized that Duanzhang was really killed, and it was an instant kill. Now that Duanzhang was dead, would the human in front of them let them go? Upon realizing this, the group of void beasts retreated in fear and trepidation. Su Chen narrowed his eyes. Su Chen summoned the golden puppet and ordered, "O Tetsu, kill them all." Without another word, the golden armored puppet rushed up and wreaked havoc. Su Chen didn't stay idle either. He locked onto the void beast at the 5th level of the saint rank and easily killed it. In less than a minute, Zhang Xian's expression changed. More than a dozen saint stage void beasts were killed, and Su Chen happily collected the fragments. Then he took out the intelligent war chariot and left Wild Goose Array City with Qi Mufeng and the others. Behind them, Su Chen began to organize the fragments. Under Qi Mufeng's guidance, the intelligent war chariot flew straight towards the hidden spirit sect. 3 days later, the intelligent war chariot flew to a small island and stopped. This island was where the hidden spirit sect was located. Su Chen narrowed his eyes and glanced outside. He sneered. The hidden spirit sect actually didn't set up a defensive barrier? Normally, islands would have a defensive barrier set up around the periphery to prevent outsiders from invading. But there was no sign of a defensive barrier on the island where the hidden spirit sect was located. It was unknown if they were fearless or if they had other arrangements. Chapter 1049. Su Chen glanced at it and ordered the intelligent war chariot, "Satoshi, enter the island." "Yes." The intelligent war chariot flew over the island and slowly landed. As soon as it landed on the ground, an old man in a golden robe flew over from a building not far away. This person was obviously from the hidden spirit sect, but when he saw the intelligent war chariot forcing its way in, he did not look angry at all. Instead, there was a faint smile on his face. It was as if he had seen a long-lost friend and came out to greet him. Su Chen felt a little strange, but he did not think too much about it. He opened the car door and got out alone. "Su Chen, you're finally here. I've been waiting for you for a long time." The golden-robed old man looked at Su Chen and greeted him politely. Su Chen exclaimed softly. The other party's politeness made him a little uncomfortable, so he asked, "Who are you?" "I'm Venerable Golden Light, the current sect master of the hidden spirit sect," the golden-robed old man said directly. "The sect master of the hidden spirit sect?" Su Chen pondered and gradually narrowed his eyes. There was a faint cold light in his eyes. The main purpose of this trip was to destroy the Hidden Spirit Sect. As the sect master of the Hidden Spirit Sect, Venerable Golden Light naturally could not let him go. However, he was a little confused by Venerable Golden Light's actions. You should know the purpose of my trip, right? Su Chen stared at Venerable Golden Light and asked coldly. Of course I know. Venerable Golden Light nodded and said with a smile. If I'm not wrong, you must be here to denounce me because of Yang Xioli, right? Since you know, do you think you can stop me by yourself? Su Chen said. At this moment, he had a lot of doubts. Since the Hidden Spirit Sect knew the purpose of his trip, shouldn't they send all their experts? Why did they only send Venerable Golden Light? Did they think Venerable Golden Light could deal with him? Although I'm a 6th level Saint Stage existence, I'm definitely not your opponent. Monk Jingguang generously admitted this point. Then he smiled and said, however, what we had before was actually a misunderstanding. We can completely bury the hatchet of war into jade and silk. There is no need to fight and kill. Misunderstanding? Su Chen sneered. Your Hidden Spirit Sect's Yang Xioli personally attacked me and you're telling me that it's a misunderstanding? Do you think I'm a 3-year-old kid? When Monk Golden Light saw that Su Chen was somewhat angry, he hurriedly explained. Although Yang Xioli is a member of our Hidden Spirit Sect, she was expelled from the sect 3 years ago. Her attack on you is her personal matter. It has nothing to do with our Hidden Spirit Sect. Do you think I'll believe that? Su Chen curled his lips, his face full of disdain. Venerable Master Jingguang's excuse was not convincing at all. He wanted to clear his name after the incident. Venerable Master Golden Light continued to explain. Do you know why we banished Yang Xioli? It's because he's a spy planted by heaven-scattering Taoist in our Hidden Spirit Sect. There's such a thing? Su Chen muttered. If what Monk Jingguang said was true, he really couldn't find trouble with the Hidden Spirit Sect. After all, although he acted without scruples, he also had his principles. The other party didn't provoke him, but he slaughtered the whole sect. This was a bit unreasonable. However, he couldn't be sure whether this was true or not. Moreover, he would not be reconciled if he didn't gain anything after coming all the way here. How can you prove that what you said is true? Su Chen questioned. Chapter 1050. I can make a heavenly oath. Venerable Master Jingguang swore solemnly. He really couldn't bring out any evidence to prove it. The heavenly oath had a certain binding force. If he used it to prove himself, it would be somewhat credible. Su Chen was slightly stunned and then said, Then you can make a heavenly oath. Venerable Master Jingguang swore a heavenly oath without hesitation. Seeing that Venerable Master Jingguang was so decisive, Su Chen felt that he shouldn't be lying. Old Master Jingguang, Yang Xioli is a member of the Hidden Spirit Sect after all. Even if she was expelled, she still has an unavoidable responsibility, right? Su Chen said casually. He couldn't destroy the Hidden Spirit Sect, but he should at least get some benefits. Otherwise, how could he be reconciled? Venerable Master Jingguang understood immediately and laughed. Of course, the Hidden Spirit Sect is responsible. For this, we will give you some compensation. Su Chen nodded slightly and felt that Venerable Master Jingguang was very sensible. The Hidden Spirit Sect mainly collects and sells information. We will give you some secret information for free as compensation. Is that okay? Venerable Master Jingguang continued. Su Chen thought for a moment and reminded, I don't care about ordinary information. Although secret information was not as satisfying as material objects, some valuable information was definitely not to be belittled. For example, Qi Mufeng's news of the spirit spring of life was very tempting. What kind of information do you want to know? Venerable Master Jingguang asked. In order to satisfy Su Chen, he simply let Su Chen ask. Is there any information about the origin stone? Su Chen probed. Currently, the thing that could help him the most was the origin stone. Because he had a godly puppet from the machinery clan. As long as he installed the origin stone, it could be awakened. By then, heaven-scattering Taoist would no longer be a threat to him. However, he also knew that the number of origin stones in the world was very small. Recently, he had asked many people about it, but it was to no avail. Even if the hidden spirit sect was a sect that collected information, there should be very little information about the origin stone. He was just asking casually and did not have much hope. When Venerable Master Jingguang heard this, his expression changed. He knew that the origin stone was the source of power for the godly puppet. However, something like this was definitely a rare item in the world. Naturally, very few people knew about it. And he just so happened to know something about it. Monk Jingguang hesitated for a moment before saying, "There seems to be an origin stone in the heavenly altar Huanyu." Su Chen's eyes lit up and he asked, "Are you sure?" He was already planning to make a trip to the heavenly altar Huanyu. If there were still origin stones there, it would be like adding wings to a tiger. It's just hearsay. I'm not sure if it's true or not. Venerable Master Golden Light replied. Then he reminded, Su Chen, you'd better not go to the Temple of Heaven rashly. Su Chen nodded and didn't say anything. Not only was there a large amount of spatial turbulence in the Temple of Heaven, there were also many terrifying creatures. However, in order to awaken the divine beast and advance to the deity realm as soon as possible, he had to make a trip there. Of course, he would only go there on the premise that he had sufficient strength. Old Jean, do you know where there are top-notch ores? Su Chen calmed down and continued to ask. If the group of spirit pets and the 3 exotic fires wanted to level up quickly, they couldn't do without top-notch ores. Moreover, the ores that he had obtained from the secret realm were almost used up. He had to replenish them. Since Venerable Master Golden Light knew the whereabouts of the origin stone, he should know where the top-notch ores were like the back of his hand. Chapter 1051. Aren't you going to the Void Secret Realm? There are a lot of high-quality ores there, Monk Jingguang said. Su Chen nodded. Qi Mufeng had said that there were many good things in the Void Secret Realm that could improve one's cultivation. If Monk Jingguang hadn't reminded him, he would have forgotten about it. Old Jingguang, let's meet again if fate wills it. Su Chen said goodbye and prepared to leave. Now that he knew the whereabouts of the origin stone, this trip was not in vain. He had to hurry back and not delay the opening of the Void Secret Realm. Okay, let's meet again if fate wills it. Monk Jingguang let out a long sigh of relief. Su Chen didn't leave, which made him feel pressured. Now, he could finally relax. Su Chen didn't say anything else and turned to walk toward the intelligent war chariot. Unexpectedly, before he took a few steps, the swift bird suddenly warned him, Master, there's a powerhouse rapidly approaching us. How strong? Su Chen didn't pay too much attention. It seems to be a 7th stage saint-level powerhouse, the swift bird replied with a trembling voice. 7th stage saint level? Su Chen's eyelids twitched. He didn't care about a 6th stage saint-level powerhouse, but a 7th stage saint-level powerhouse was enough to pose a threat to him. However, was the other party coming for him? He couldn't be sure yet. Soon, a golden spaceship flew over from not far away. It was almost as fast as the intelligent war chariot. Emote Songhai of the Beilu Mountain. Why is he here? Monk Jingguang whispered with a grave expression. Emote Songhai was not only a 7th stage saint-level powerhouse, but he also had a 6th stage saint-level puppet. It could be said that he was abnormally strong. His sudden appearance caused Monk Jingguang to feel uneasy. Su Chen wasn't in a hurry to leave. He suspected that Emote Songhai came for him. If so, even if he wanted to leave, the other party would definitely stop him. Rather than that, it was better to wait and see. When the golden spaceship came close, the moment the cabin door opened, an old man with a cold expression walked out. The man narrowed his eyes and looked around. Finally, his gaze landed on Su Chen. He said coldly, You are Su Chen, right? Yes, what's the matter? Su Chen said indifferently. I came here mainly for 2 things. If you agree to both of them, I won't make things difficult for you, Emote Songhai said very naturally. Tell me about it. Su Chen rubbed his nose and said calmly. Even though the other party was a 7th stage saint ranker, he wasn't afraid at all. Because he had stored a large amount of energy points, he could raise his cultivation to level 5 saint rank at any time. As expected of the god of slaughter, you do have some guts. Seeing Su Chen's fearless and calm look, Emote Songhai praised him and then said, Hand over your golden puppet and heaven-scattering Taoist's things, and I can spare your life. Are you sent by heaven-scattering Taoist? Su Chen gradually narrowed his eyes, and a cold light flickered in his eyes. If the other party was really sent by heaven-scattering Taoist, he would definitely not let him go. You don't need to know that. You just have to say whether you want to hand them over or not. Emote Songhai snorted with an arrogant look. At the same time, a huge pressure emanated from his body. Monk Jingguang was affected and kept retreating. In the intelligent chariot, Qi Mufeng and the other two people changed their expressions greatly. They had already perceived that Emote Songhai was definitely a 7th stage saint ranker. He was 3 levels higher than Su Chen. Could Su Chen still be a match for him? At this moment, they were extremely worried. You're tuning in to the Dreamy Chapters YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.